Coming to you live, guys, with Floyd Street Media. Excited to be here. Press Meyer, Jacob Lane, Roman Kelly, Romy Bean. If you're listening in, we're excited to have you. Feel free to leave a comment.
Yeah, let's do
it. Whether you're watching on X, whether you're on the YouTube stream, jump on in here.
I'm
We're
ready,
excited.
fellas.
We're excited, guys.
I'm excited, fellas.
It doesn't feel
That game day feeling. It's this feeling right here, about to tip
That's
off.
what we wait for all week, right?
but it's just such like a weird feeling being this good in college basketball right now. Like Louisville's one of the hottest teams in the country. I mean, like hands down, one of the hottest teams in the country. And you're past like a big stretch of your schedule, and now I'm like, I don't know how to feel.
It's all about
I don't know how to feel.
You have to set your own standard at this point, in my opinion, right? Like, this is a team at this point in the season that you expect to beat. You have to come with you have to come with the same attitude and mentality because now there's a target on your back, right? So from Georgia Tech's perspective, right? Like they're coming into upset, right?
Tom Brenneman, man. I'm hoping we can get
I hope we get a drive from Rain from deep left 3.
We don't need like a controversial take in the
No, not necessarily. No,
some Thomism is what we'll call it.
Who's on the left again? Who is that? Is that?
I don't know. I didn't see who it was.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm not sure who the color commentator is.
My CW's.
Your CW announcers.
Yeah, with their analysts.
Let's talk Georgia Tech just for a second.
Okay,
right?
please
So
tell me what I need to know about Georgia Tech because, to be honest with you, as much as I keep up with college basketball, Georgia Tech is a little bit off the radar. I do know that Damon Stoudemire is their coach.
Yeah.
I grew up a huge Mighty Mouse fan, so very much locked into Damon Stoudemire. What else do I need to know?
Well, so Georgia Tech, crazy talented, right? Like probably top 5 talent-wise in the ACC.
Top 5?
You think they're close?
That is a stretch.
If you're talking about like out of high
what
schools,
is he talking about?
You're talking outside of
I
high
give
school
them top
talent.
10.
Top 14.
They did do all right in the portal.
Yeah. Their whole team is transfers.
Yes,
I do know that.
Absolutely. So
Top 5,
Lance Terry, that's their transfer from George Washington, right?
No, Gardner Webb.
I'm sorry. I'm going to keep getting that wrong.
He's shooting 39% from 3. Lance Terry, but he's shooting 45% at home.
Okay.
So
he's lights out.
He's lights out.
But Louisville is a fantastic shooting team on the road.
Yeah,
we are.
Like if you want to talk prop bets, right?
And guards
like
haven't been shooting well against us.
No,
not at all. Georgia Tech, not a good 3-point defensive team, and they are not fantastic at stopping the ball at any level, right?
Yeah.
So Louisville can dictate the pace in this game if they want to. Georgia Tech, especially in games where they played lesser competition, they've racked up the possessions, right? Like we're talking, they've had some 80 possession type of games. So that's something to watch. You know, how does Louisville want to play pace wise?
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that you're watching down the stretch here is, you know, keeping legs fresh for March and April, and also making sure that, you know, you're kind of maintaining continuity within the team, right? So I think the biggest way that people are going to try to challenge Louisville, it hasn't worked so far, but I think the biggest way that opponents are trying to challenge Louisville is trying to get them in the foul trouble because there's not that depth, right? So if there's an injury or somebody gets nicked up or somebody gets in the foul trouble,
right,
that's where they're going to have trouble.
So, but this team though, like as talented as they are, they do have a lot of good transfers. So little background, this is kind of random, but I've been a huge fan of the MAAC, the MAC, right? Brother-in-law was an assistant at Manhattan for several years. So I'm familiar with a lot of the talent that came out of that conference. J.V. McCollum is one of their top guards, played at Oklahoma previously, came from that conference and was a dog. He is a downhill, attack you, he can score everywhere type of guard. And Lance Terry, you mentioned shooting just an insane percentage from 3, almost 40% on the year.
They do offset each other well as scorers, and then they've got the Nathan George,
Nate George,
facilitator of everything that's going on. Really,
and so like they don't have a great record, but what I do know about this team so far through Damon Stoudemire's tenure as head coach there is he's recruited a lot of underrated guys and gotten the most out of them. Nate George was I can't remember if he was a reclass or late. I know he was a really late commitment, but he came in last year as a freshman and was one of their best players and looked like he was still a sophomore in high school. And now here he is in his sophomore year. They have a couple of more guys around him. Kawasi Reeves was a 5-star at Florida. Luke O'Brien was Javon Hadley's teammate at Colorado last year. They've got guys, but they've not. It doesn't appear that they have had a great year as far as winning. They obviously have a losing record. And so for me, today is all about: are you locked in? Are you locked in on the road in Atlanta?
Yeah.
You know, where there's probably not a huge crowd in general. There's
Mostly-
obviously a contingency of Louisville fans.
I was going to say
We'll get into
probably
that, 'cause
more than
that's-
50%.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
This is
Church
the big.
bus
This
game.
is the church bus game.
Yeah.
This is the church bus game. It always has been, and so there is always a lively crowd down there from Louisville. But point being, it's the middle of the afternoon in Atlanta on a Saturday against a team with a losing record. You're coming in off of, remind me, 10-game winning streak.
10-game winning streak.
Are you locked in for Georgia Tech the way that you were locked in for Pittsburgh, Clemson, Wake Forest, SMU? Because I've told both of you all, we've done separate shows and we've talked about this.
Mhm.
Louisville's biggest issue is not the quad ones, right? They don't have any bad losses. It's the fear of bad losses down the stretch.
Right.
And some of this where you don't have Duke, North Carolina.
You can
You're
hurt
playing a lot of
yourself.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can hurt
much
yourself
more.
more than you help yourself.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
So for me, like, they have been on such a stretch the last 2 games. It's some of the best.
Impose your
basketball.
will early.
Yes.
I like that.
Love
It's
those
some of the
pieces.
best
like that.
basketball I have seen from Louisville in a decade. Honestly,
Yeah.
in a decade, man.
Yeah, overall, right?
Right.
So
Like top to bottom, they dominated the last 2 games against 2 really good teams. I sat on that couch and watched them blow SMU out. They blew up Wake Forest out. They should win this game by 30 points.
yeah,
30
they,
points.
they absolutely
should win this game by 30
Yeah.
points.
So same starters again for Louisville today.
I love this starting 5, man.
Did you see the numbers on this lineup?
It's plus? It's off the
Plus
charts.
99 with this lineup
Yeah.
right here.
Because it's the
Against
smartest
their-
lineup, one of the smartest
Against
lineups in
ACC
college
opponents,
basketball.
or in the 10-game win streak, this lineup.
Yeah.
Plus 99.
Because every single one of these players, for the most part, takes care of the basketball. They don't do anything silly. The silliest thing they do is Terrence Edwards step back threes. That's his thing, right? Like,
Yeah. So Terrence Edwards, one thing that we're watching today, one thing that I'll be watching as well, you know, the fact that Terrence Edwards assist to turnover ratio essentially flips when they're on the road.
Yeah.
So Terrence Edwards, I think I sent you the stat earlier today, Jacob, but basically 24-8 assist to turnover ratio on the road, where it's basically flipped when he's at home. He turns the ball over quite a bit at home, not a lot of assists. So I'm looking for a big game from Terrence Edwards today. Obviously, Rain Smith has been unbelievable on the road. He's shooting 50%
I think
plus
this
in
is
road
going to be a
conference
big game
games.
for him.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean,
Like, I'm taking the prediction right now. He's the leading scorer of this game for Louisville.
Rain?
Yeah, Rain Smith. That's my prediction.
I don't know if it's
right
the lighting or what, but Louisville's uniforms
here. Looks
top.
good, man. This whole court looks
The
good.
bright red, the all red, it's my favorite.
I love, and they're the navy blue, so there's no white. It's a color game right now.
Yeah.
We're having a color out.
Javon didn't even think about that shot.
No.
They're
I get
running
it.
the set
Yeah,
First
play
get into
here.
it early. You don't take bad shots like that. That 3 is not a bad shot, but it's not a great shot. Get a great shot to start.
Oh, Fat's already cooking.
wide open.
Look at
That's
that.
already
That's a great
cooking.
shot because
Once he
again,
gets in the paint, man.
It doesn't look pretty, but it goes in more than it doesn't.
yeah, it looks great. Oh,
He's
we
got
got
a super soft touch.
Louisville 2-0 for people watching here.
Chucky's
live
going to
on the stream.
eliminate this Nathan George kid out of the game.
Yeah.
I can foresee it.
He's going to
happening
put him in a
already.
blender all night long.
Is there not like am I crazy? I don't know if it's the TV. I don't know if it's the lighting. It's almost like an infrared look here. Great set defensively in your first possession here.
You see how
Oh,
okay, go for
great
the
lob.
Yeah,
but
James is a
McCollum
little early.
passed up the open 3 there.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
not a shooter, man.
No, but George
Kid's good.
makes the play. Oh,
Oh.
turnover off the foot. See, stuff like that. You know, it's early, but you can't be doing that.
I like that there's already like some juice between Louisville and Georgia Tech fans.
Mm,
Like,
like it's
I don't think Georgia Tech fans are coming in, hot.
yeah, there's a lot of
In-
stuff to do in Atlanta on a Saturday. Besides watch Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Passing up another open 3 there.
Getting into the
So
paint.
that's a good
Yeah.
good look for them.
That's 4 paint points for
Got to
them.
put a body
you
on
got to
him
keep
on the
them out of
catch.
there.
Yeah.
4-2 score right now. Oh, we shooting that? A lot of patience offensively.
Yeah.
You can't let that happen,
Catch.
though, Georgia
No.
Tech. That's fine. We'll take that all
Yeah.
day.
Get out of the gym.
A rain open 3 on the
Off
third
the
possession
weight
of the
train.
game. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
take that all day.
No, but I do like how they're offensively. They're moving the ball around. It's just a matter of
There we
Like
go.
those
There we
shots.
go.
get the
Active
rebound.
hands.
Pushing
So
it.
right-
He's going to attack.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
I'm
like
telling you, Fat on the road is just different.
on
Like,
the
I don't
on
know.
the
That
bets,
first one, there's
that's
the
the
first
first
one.
of 2. We need 2 Terrence
I need
Edwards
3.
threes. Okay, I got him for 2+. So we need 1 more. Feeling good about that.
When he makes his first shot, you're
That was
confident
confident.
now.
I
That
just
was
need some
confident
more
right
Chucky
there.
feeling good
assists.
now.
He typically has more assists at this point in the game. I know it's only 3 minutes in.
Well, this has been pretty
Wow.
slow.
Airball.
It's been pretty
Okay.
slow.
Wow.
All right,
Gotta get
the
the board
offensive
there.
rebound off.
Gotta
That
get
was
a board there.
unfortuitous.
Yeah, that was everybody standing and watching the ball.
Three assistant coaches popped up, or 2 assistant coaches.
Yeah.
from
No
Pegasus
way.
popped up on that.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Look, that kid, I'm telling you guys.
He's
This
their
kid,
best
there's
player
a
by far.
reckless like Steph Curry to him. Like, not saying he's Steph Curry good, but like he just will fire off.
He has
insane
he has the
shots.
keys to the offense. For
Yes,
sure.
there's a green light when he has the
Come
ball.
on,
Here we go.
Javon,
knock
Javon
that
had
down.
the three.
No.
Nope, and good
Wow,
boxing
that's-
out
that was-
right there.
that's a foul.
That's
That's
a
an over the
foul on
back?
Terrence Edwards. Yeah.
That's a good box out. Yeah,
Really
it's a good box out. You can't go too much.
Yeah,
there
look
when
at
you-
this. I mean, dude, there's no control in that shot
No,
right there.
nothing.
that is
That's a good
insanity.
recovery by Chucky, and he goes in for he pump fakes before he
Is
steps
he-
into it. So it's like you're not even really thinking he's
Yeah.
about to truly shoot that.
Dude,
Number,
these are Walmart jerseys.
yeah,
You
I was
see
going to
these
say,
jerseys
what's
they're
what's
wearing?
the thoughts
These
on
are
the-
Walmart jerseys, man.
in the comments? Let's hear your thoughts on Georgia Tech jerseys.
These
as well.
jerseys are awful.
Man,
They're Russell brand for sure.
Russell. Are they Russell
for sure.
Athletic? Is
yeah,
that what they
Russell
are?
Athletic is their.
I feel like they're. I thought they
Really?
were Adidas.
No, I don't know. I was kidding. I feel bad.
All right, Chuck.
It used to be Russell.
Come on,
Yeah,
Chuck.
there
Get a
you go.
stop
Getting
here.
them out, get back on top. And look at him. I mean, he's just gonna do that all game, man.
Yeah. Wow.
You got to box out.
Yeah,
got to
that's-
box out right
yeah,
there.
you gotta
And
help
that is
Chucky out
paint point. They're just getting paint points.
Chucky
That's
got
6
the
in the
stop.
paint so far.
Got to get the rebound.
6 paint points. There's no presence right now for Louisville from stopping Georgia Tech getting inside.
Ramblin' Wreck came to play though, boys.
They did. They don't like the church crowd coming in for Louisville.
Yes, sir.
There
we
it
go.
is. A great
There it
pass.
is. Getting the assist. Chucky Hepburn. Once he sees one, it's like a bucket for him. He's getting 10 more in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Not really, but I mean, it's Chucky Hepburn is a stat stacker, man. The assists, they come in bunches every single week. Oh man, Rain can't get beat like that. Good recovery.
Well, he's
Good recovery.
sagging
Good
off
recovery.
here.
Good.
It's a
Yeah.
good step through there.
Yeah, that's Lance Terry.
That's
right?
that's
They
what
can't-
happens when Rain's out there. You can't be getting beat backdoor like
No,
that.
no.
Well, and what they're doing right now, they're pulling James Scott away from the basket, and that's really, I mean,
But
they're
the kid's not gonna
challenging
shoot.
Hadley.
What's his name? That number 11's name? What's
Uh,
in gold in
and Dongo,
something like
yeah,
that?
Bay.
He's not gonna shoot.
Bay and Dongo. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure is his name. Yeah.
Gosh,
There you
There
go.
you go.
All right, Fat. Look, I'm telling you, man.
Fat's
he is
hooks in
Seven
the
or-
paint.
seven or
It's
eight, Fat.
unstoppable. It's unstoppable. He's so
At
out
the beginning of the season, I
control.
felt like it was a bad shot, because he's going up after the defense has already recovered on him,
Yeah.
and they're ready almost for him. But his head
It's hard-
fakes,
It's hard to defend him timing.
yeah, you can't anticipate when
Yeah.
he's going up.
11-9, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's
Didn't
a little bit
expect
of a
this.
surprise.
Didn't expect this offensive
Come on.
output to start
Little
for sure.
surprise.
Stand
Well,
your
it's
feet,
it's
stand your feet,
it's
Chuck.
Nate George and then buckets in the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is at this point.
Wow.
Wow. Who
Just
is
hit-
that right there?
That's
Do
the
we know who
McCollum
that is?
kid, isn't it?
McCollum, JV McCollum.
Yeah,
Man,
on a fadeaway.
it's a little bit of a surprise if I'm being honest.
Into the shot clock there. They had to put one up.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking Georgia Tech right now. They've taken a lot of shots that you want them to take.
Okay.
There we
All right,
go,
He
Javon.
stepped
All right.
off of Javon after
He
on the
did.
catch there. Is there scouting
He did.
report saying let Javon shoot?
Yeah,
Well,
sag off of him.
He had missed his last 5 before that.
And
so.
you see him, he's not like early on, he's not looking for that shot.
He's not, but he sagged off on the catch. He dared him to shoot it.
Man, we got to figure out a way to stop
Yeah,
this.
they're getting right- whatever they
Angel
want to
in
paint
there.
on.
I tried to tell you all, this kid is he's legit. I mean, he can score with some of the best of the guards in the ACC.
Need Chucky to start locking that down.
Uh-oh, fat.
Mm.
Fat. He's
Shooting
cooking,
well.
bro.
That's 2. We're shooting well.
That's 10
All right.
for Fat in the first series.
We'll knock that off of the parlay list.
There you go. Fat Edwards, 2 plus.
2 plus 3s.
There we go. Louisville fans getting
Okay.
routed.
All
There we
right,
go.
man.
There we
Yeah.
go.
All right, we
There
got
we
the
go.
bench standing up.
First
I like
media
it, man. Let's get
timeout.
some
Louisville
momentum
down
going.
15-16 here. How you guys
When was the
feeling?
last time Louisville was down?
Down in general?
I mean, what, 2-0 in one of the games the last
Wake
2
Forest
weeks?
was leading 5-4, something
Yes.
like
Okay.
that.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So outside of the first 3 minutes of the game, when was the last time Louisville was losing? It's been a
Did
little
It's
bit.
been a second.
No,
No, Louisville came out
Yeah.
hot against SMU.
Louisville led 39 minutes and 30
Is this our
seconds or
first?
something.
Is this our
Pittsburgh, maybe?
first media timeout of a game that we've gone into with the deficit? It can't be.
In a
season
while.
play. I mean,
It's been a while.
Like in a
Chips
while,
taking
yeah.
it back.
I'm saying in the last 4 or 5 games, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You got Clemson, Pitt, SMU. Virginia. They were up in both of those games.
Yep.
I think Pitt, SMU, or excuse me, Pitt, Clemson are going to be the only 2 games where that might be the case. But
Yeah.
look, man, this is a little bit of a surprise because, like you said, I think you said it early in the first minute or 2 of the game, is you expect Chucky to lock down
Yeah.
Nate George. Nate George has out of Georgia Tech 16 points. Nate George right now has 5 of those, but he's
Two-
also assisted on
two-
4 of
four
those.
assists already.
4 assists already. So
That's
Nate
what I thought was going to
George
be prevented. He wasn't going to be able to.
True freshman, right?
No, sophomore.
Sophomore,
But
okay.
he is playing the way that you would expect Chucky to play right now in terms of like flowing and dictating the game.
Yeah.
Nate George right now is controlling things. And in terms of points in the paint, they have 10 points in the paint already in the first 6 minutes of this game.
Mhm.
They are getting offensive rebounds. They've got 5 second chance points off of 2 offensive rebounds. I mean, they're right now, like just through the first 6 minutes of this game, they're controlling things. Georgia Tech is.
Yeah.
That's a fear. Like that's been a fear.
They're dictating the pace.
They
Absolutely.
are like, this is the first time I have seen Louisville since maybe EKU, like, where a team has come out and they've dictated what's
It's
happening.
starting with Nathan George. Chucky's just gonna have to come out of this timeout and do a better job on him. I really think it's that simple.
Yeah,
He's
or
getting into the paint when he wants to.
put
It's
Terrence on
helping,
him.
making the help defenders kind of step up. And I think you might be right. I think
Am I
you
right?
may have to
Put some length on him.
Terrence Edwards on him to at least
I
give him a
think the
little bit of
length is disrupting a
physicality
little
and
bit.
length. I mean, look, we're not talking about like Chucky being a bad defender by any means, but for him to already have 5 points and 4 assists in
Here's
the
the
first 6
issue.
minutes.
Here's the issue. If you switch this, I don't think you want Rain on or Rain's guarding the Lance Terry
Yeah.
kid right now.
Yeah.
I think you don't want Chucky on Terry.
Yeah.
Because that's getting wasted on. Rain can't guard the McCollum kid. I think that's a matchup. So I think they have to leave Chucky, or they have to leave Rain on the Lance Terry kid.
Yeah.
He's the shooter. He's moving a little bit less off the ball. He's already been exploited once on the back door there. Luckily, Rain recovered well, but he still was able to score on the step.
So Georgia Tech is getting ready to bring in Duncan Powell. And Duncan Powell is interesting for a couple of reasons. One, I think he might have the most interesting haircut in college basketball.
Yes, he does.
You'll see it in a second. If you remember
They're
Drew,
Adidas.
if you remember Drew
Yeah, there it
Gooden
is.
from the mid 2000s, if you're watching and you remember the Drew Gooden haircut, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a
But also, he might be one of the best 6 men. Look at it, man. It's just it's a puff at the bottom, man. Like it's the equivalent of a rat tail.
He has the Texas mini back fro thing.
Yeah. Just the patch. At
Oh,
the
that's
bottom.
the Texas. That's
Yeah.
like a Houston thing.
Okay. So that would make sense.
That's
But he might be one of the best 6 men in the country.
maybe a nod to Jose Alvarado.
Is he
the
bald?
guy that-
He is bald with just the patch at the bottom of his head.
Yeah, I know that's a thing people do purposely in Houston or parts of Texas.
He's
but
only got hair from his nose down.
He's just embracing the fact that he's bald with a full back head of hair
Just
there.
a back head of hair, yeah.
Someone needs to slap the top of
But
his head.
he is Javon. He's going to be a good matchup for Javon Hadley. And Hadley.
Look at this ATO set. This
Yeah,
is
look at this.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Right back.
Here we go.
I like it.
Mm,
Need a better pass there.
yeah, that
It's
was
all
a bad pass.
Come on, can I?
Yeah. All right. We got to set that back up and retry that.
Cool
There we
job.
go, Chucky.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. There we go. We're shooting threes. I like it. Chucky
He put
had
some
to get
march on
back in
that
this
B.
game.
There you go.
Gonna need Chucky to be more aggressive.
He
You
held
called
that
it.
big,
Come
didn't
out-
he?
Come out of
He
the
did.
half the timeout.
There you go. So we got.
Foul.
I
the
love
other
it.
way.
There
Let's
we
go.
go.
Screen. I love
we
it.
love to see that.
Yeah, that's on Lance Terry, right?
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
comments or anything we want to throw up yet? Anybody want to?
Braden in the YouTube chat shouted out your haircut, Roman.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Roman
Thanks,
did
Braden.
love
We brought
his
that up
haircut.
off camera.
shout out to
yeah.
Braden. That's my boy. He's
Yeah,
down in
you can't-
Alabama right now.
Man, yeah,
Cannot
getting
do
a
that.
shout out for the haircuts already, bro. I called that on the first 5 seconds of seeing.
Oh my goodness, can I?
It's a bad time.
You
Yeah,
cannot-
bad time.
It
cannot
looked like he
have
didn't know
that.
it was coming to him.
Oh, okay,
Look at
Chucky.
that.
What a
All right,
steal.
Chucky.
What a
Look
play
at that.
there.
That is effort right there, man. That is effort.
Oh, Chuck came out ready in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he heard Roman
The
talking
second
about
set.
him.
Yeah, he knew he was letting his man have
Yeah, no.
his
Nate
matchup
George
was having
had
his
the-
way on offense.
He's the MVP of the first segment. We're not having that again. You get one segment. That's it.
So what are they doing here that's kind of disrupting the offense? Everything's just high up, right? Like
yeah.
they're
Well, they're
They're
coming
over
out.
helping.
Yeah.
They're over helping when we're not finding the opposite skip pass
we're
quick enough.
getting nothing going towards the basket away from the ball.
All right.
Very
Okay.
good.
All right.
Very good.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
McCollum kid wants to get downhill every time he has the ball. He's not going to shoot any jumpers, I don't think, other than the fadeaway three
Yeah,
he's already
so-
made.
So Georgia Tech's getting downhill. Louisville is not on the other end.
Look at that recovery.
It's a
Oh,
great
that's
block.
great
That's
block there.
I mean, look, for a freshman, like
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff that
He's
he's
gonna
not
be nice
scoring.
next
You need
year.
him, yeah, but you need him to do more. But
Yeah, he knows it's not his place to go and create
yeah, he
buckets.
doesn't need to yet.
Wow.
All right, good
That's
defense.
wild.
All right,
Very
I
good.
like it. Out of the
Might have got away with a no call. Got away with one there a
yeah,
little bit.
might have. I'll take it.
Little body
If he
bump.
goes under, Chuck, shoot it.
He's not taking those long twos. Fat again. I mean, get a handle.
Oh, my.
That,
With
we're
the
about to start
slow
calling
release like that, too,
Fat's
you-
corner, man.
You know he's feeling confident. That's
Fat's
3.
corners, yeah.
That's
Thir-
3. There goes
13
the
points
threes
already. In
Cash
the
the
first
3.
8
The
13
3 plus
points
threes.
in the first 8 minutes of this game for Terrence Edwards. This is the Terrence game. All right, let's.
If they're saying the same thing on TV, by the way, we're sorry. We're not listening in live, but I imagine it goes something like that.
I do wonder how accurate if there's somebody like listening on their phone and while they have the game on the TV.
Yeah.
If we're saying
All
anything
right.
similar.
Okay.
There.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just keeping track of my head
That's
here.
us.
That's
That's us.
that's
Let's
us. There you go.
Good effort, fellas.
Love the way they came out in that segment. Georgia Tech was up 16-15 at the last time out. It's 21-16 now.
Yeah.
That's a great little 6-0 run for you.
Terrence Edwards.
We
is
weren't
taking
really
this
getting
game
bad
in.
shots in that first segment. It's just we were not defending well. We were
Right.
letting them get
They were
the
getting
paint.
they were getting into the paint at will.
Yeah.
And it's not as if they were scoring most of the time on the first shot. It was the putbacks,
Yeah, they had
offensive
what are
rebound.
the second chance points already?
They had, what was it, 4 or 5? I think they had 5. They didn't give them up. They didn't give up a single second chance point in that segment right there. So that's the key for Louisville.
They didn't give up a single point in that
Rebound the
Yeah.
basketball.
No, they gave up
Box
1
out,
point.
rebound
They
the
gave one-
basketball.
Okay, that's right. What I thought it was 16-15, or was it 15?
I thought you had said that they had 15, so I might be wrong on that. But 1 point, no points, whatever the case is, they
Yeah, they didn't score right there.
they held them to nothing. In
Yeah, a little 9-0 run right there.
On the
We
other
love to
end,
see
yeah.
that.
On
Love
the
that.
other end, Louisville's taking advantage of it. Louisville's scoring.
Look at
almost-
that coaching staff, man. I didn't really get to.
Out of the
I
timeout,
wasn't
they
dwelling on each defensive possession there,
Right.
but they just addressed something and immediately it was fixed.
immediately made adjustments, and then out of this timeout, I want to see how Louisville gets the ball downhill.
Yeah.
That's the next step there, right? Like, so we're just making adjustments each segment. Again, Louisville's going to have the ball in their hands coming out of this timeout,
Yeah.
which you'll love to see.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's done a good job to kind of thwart those ATOs though so far. So
Yeah. So
the first segment of the game, and then first out of that last timeout.
I know you talk about this probably every single day with Mike, but what are you thinking, like, tournament team wise? Like, how are you feeling about them
Obviously,
right now?
depends on how we finish. If we can win, in these next 10 games, we've got 10 games left, 11 counting this one, and then the ACC tournament,
Right.
which let's just assume we can get past that
You-
first game.
You would think at
and then that
least
second game it'll be someone we've beaten already.
right.
Let's just assume we can. It's hard. I don't like to say let's assume we're going
Right.
to make it to the ACC championship game, but
They're going to be favored in every
we're
game.
going to be
through
favored
the
in
rest of
every
the year.
game. We're going to be favored in the
So-
first game of the ACC championship.
Well, they're going to have
tournament.
if they're favored through the rest of the year, they're going to be a top 4 seed, so they're going to be a double bye. So they're going to be coming off playing in the quarterfinals.
if we exactly
Correct,
if we
right.
win all
If
of
you
the
just-
said
right.
games,
If you
we
go
win
off
all
of
said
that.
games, which is just it feels crazy to say. Out
I
loud.
know,
If we win,
I
if we
know,
win
man.
out on
Right,
the remainder
I
of
know.
our schedule
I know it feels insane
on
to
a
say.
10-game win
It
streak.
feels more like
If we end our season on a 20-game win streak,
Right.
is what we're saying here, which sounds crazy, but at the moment, with like you just said, we're going to be favored in every matchup. And only a couple of those are going to be small
Right,
lines.
right,
Pitt will
right.
probably be a 4.5. Will be a 4.5, 5.5 point
Yeah,
favorite against
right,
Pitt.
right.
Everyone else will be like 7.5 plus.
Right,
So
right.
6.5 plus.
that's the question that I was posing, right? Is like, what's the highest attainable seed for this Louisville team? I think
have
one
to say it's a
seed's out of the
3 seed.
question. One seed's out of the question.
Definitely.
Right.
If we win out, won the ACC championship, beat Duke,
Yeah.
in an ACC championship game,
That would put you at 23
Oh,
straight
I
wins.
would-
I think we'd
Man.
be right
I think
there
that's a 2 seed.
battling for a 2 seed.
That's a 2 seed.
Yes.
I wouldn't
if
be
you-
surprised
yes.
at a 3 seed still.
Yes, because the ACC, everybody says the ACC is down. The
But
ACC is
if
down.
we
So they're
lose,
gonna have, right, I
that's-
told you 3
and
teams.
these
That's
next-
reality. It is.
It is
It's
reality.
down.
But
Yeah.
If
that's
we
gonna
somehow
impact seeding.
lost 3 games in our remaining 11, 10, counting this,
That's, I mean, that is insanely good.
Yeah.
11, I still
it's
think we're
insanely good.
looking at a 5th, 6th seed.
Yeah, which is dangerous.
Love
'cause
that,
then
Chuck.
there you go.
There you go,
All right,
dude.
there you
There you
go.
go.
They are
Take it,
hot
Chuck.
from downtown,
They
guys.
are, man. They
Right.
are. They're feeling it. They're gonna. I think they're.
That's
about to
like
start
3
pulling
straight
away.
minutes. That's
among
3 minutes. 3 minutes with no
Yeah.
Georgia Tech field goal.
And among your 3-point shooters, Rain Smith's the only one that hasn't hit a 3 yet.
Right.
So
But they've got Rain guarding Javian.
They
McCollum.
put Rain on
Yeah.
McCollum now because he
McCollum
can
now.
sag off. He
Yeah.
can sag hard. Plus, Rain's good on his closeouts. He doesn't foul shooters.
something's happened here. Somebody's open. Yeah, you don't want
that's
that.
nice passing inside.
Troy a little high up in the paint
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they definitely kind of gave them the back half of the court there to freely operate.
Dude, he's feeling himself right
He
now.
really is. He really is.
Very aggressive.
Here you
They
go.
wide open
Rain
for Rain.
Smith.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he's not feeling it. It's cold so far.
Like that.
Need to get that church crowd in Atlanta praying for him a little bit more, man. That's what we need right here. No, but seriously, though, this game, I saw Pat retweeted, I think it was Brooks Helton, that said there was a contingency of Louisville fans that stopped at Buc-ee's because, of course, you don't go down.
yeah, you got to stop Buc-ee's, obviously.
This is not this is an annual road trip game for Louisville. The church crowd is like we're jokingly saying that, but there is a huge contingency of Louisville fans that goes down to Atlanta and they make a ton of noise every single time Louisville plays Georgia Tech. They impact
It's since they've changed conferences, it's the new DePaul game.
Yeah.
This is the DePaul game. So shout out Mike Rutherford.
Yeah. Okay.
I was going to say they're going to let him
That's a
take
mismatch.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Look
too
at that.
easy. That's
That
too
is
easy.
insane.
Straight to the rack.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Big fella can't stay in front of Chuck.
Yeah, I love Ali Khalifa. Come on with it, man.
We've so
Rock the
quickly
baby to sleep.
Accepted
Oh,
Okay, Rain.
oh my god.
play
Rain
for
active. Rain was look. So Rain,
Was
they
that-
told Rain you got to be good off the ball.
It looked like that was like
You have
off
to be
his
better
chin.
off the ball. Active defensively there, gets a hand in that pass, forces the turnover. Louisville into its set here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're trying to run something for maybe Rain off the ball. I like that
There we
mismatch.
go.
I like George on go back
Shoot
to
that.
Hadley.
Yeah, they should have thrown that in.
That's
Oh my
Chucky.
God.
What a
All right.
shot!
Look at Javon Headley though. That is 3 assists for him so far in this game, leading the game in assists. He's playing the point guard role so far. So Chucky can
As
cook.
soon as the big came to try to help on the mismatch Hadley kicked out to Chucky quick. Chucky didn't even hesitate.
What-
for a
what are
second.
24 out of the 29 between Chucky Hepburn and Terrence Edwards right now for Louisville.
George
What are we
on
looking
the
at? What are we looking at 3-point percentage wise?
Louisville is sitting at 63% from the 3-point line right now.
With
7
two-
for 11.
With 2 misses from Rain.
Yeah, with 2 misses from Rain. So I mean, this is ideal coming out of that timeout where you were
Need a little more off
you were
ball
down
movement here.
16
This
fellas.
is-
15.
Oh my
Whoa, he's
goodness.
stealing it.
Oh, that is
Oh.
a heat check. There's
What a
a
heat
Roman
check,
Kelly
Traore.
heat check right
Try,
there.
is that is that a loose
Yeah,
ball
it's a
foul?
foul on Traore
Loose
or
ball
Hadley.
foul on Hadley there.
man. No way.
That would have been ridiculously deep.
if he hit that.
That's food right there. Barbecue chicken. Gives him the contact, uses his body to shield himself with the rim. Love
gives
that.
him the little.
You can't give him that much space on the catch up.
Few technical difficulties there, guys, but it sounds like we are back now. So, again, Georgia Tech, not the best 3-point defense team. You're seeing that so far in this game.
They put Terrence Edwards on Lance Terry. You think that's interesting? They kept Chucky on George.
Yeah.
And they moved Terrence to the shooter
It's
and
crazy.
put Rain on the slasher.
That is a real evolution for both of them
Mm-hmm.
in their games. I'm not sure that's something you trusted for either one of them in previous seasons.
That is
Again,
not. Yeah, a month ago
another-
you wouldn't have
another
expected
turnover.
that at all.
We're back live here, Jacob.
Okay, we're back live.
Oh, come on, fellas. You gotta be better with the ball there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some stuff going towards the basket again, guys. You know, I know 7 for 13 from 3 is nice to start, but I want to see some easy buckets. The offense kind of being facilitated more inside to out.
I agree with you, Press, but at the same time, we're taking what they're giving at the moment.
Right. But
there's
Georgia
Floyd
Tech's-
trying to force the issue there, getting
little
going to
bit
the line.
like that.
Is that our second free throw attempt? Is this going to be our second free throw attempt? Or second trip to
We
the
have
line?
not had a free throw
Yeah,
yet
haven't.
so far from this
First
game,
trip to the line
not
here.
attempting a free throw.
But as you guys can see, fellas, what was it, the 11:30 mark or the 13-minute mark? Really,
Yeah,
after the
yeah.
13-minute
Yeah,
mark, we've
no,
just
they
completely
turn it around.
shut down
Shut
everything for them
down.
offensively.
On
We
17-2
kept the matchup
run.
with Chucky on Georgia. I guess Chucky just locked in. Like I said, he
Yeah.
needed to.
Well,
He-
if you go back to that first stretch for the game for Nate George, he came out and it was 5 points, 4 assists, and here we are on the other side of that by almost 10 minutes, and he has 5 points and 4 assists.
Yeah.
So Chucky heard you.
He
Came
did.
out of the break and took it a little bit personally, and was shooting and scoring, but also more importantly playing defense.
Yeah, playing him a little bit more aggressively, and he's also not. He's playing close. He's playing him closer off the ball too. He's not letting him just have free reign on the catch.
Right. And if you look at this game so far, their guards outside of Nate George have not really impacted the game. You had J.V. McCollum hit that step back wild looking three.
Hasn't done anything since.
Hasn't done anything since. And then Lance Terry is 1 of 6 so far on this game. They have really made things uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's
for
had an
him.
open one, so he's just
Right. He's
can't
just
get it going.
No, he's not in rhythm so far. Their points have really kind of more so come off of offensive rebounds and second chance buckets. And for Louisville, if you can continue at this pace defensively, offense is not a
Offense
problem.
will come.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I think that you'll be in a good spot. So you got to make sure that you stay locked in, taking good shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's that
Continue to defend the way they are.
perimeter defense, really. I mean, that's going to dictate whether Louisville wins or loses this game, right? Like that's if they're not getting penetration, they're not going to be able to run their offense the way that they want to. Typically, a slower, more methodical team offensively, Georgia Tech is. So, they were kind of playing outside of their element and making shots early, and it's just not the case at this point.
And they have 5 guys who score essentially in double figures, right? So you have a number of guys who are capable of getting hot and kind of dictating your offense. So far, none of them are.
Nope. Louisville's on a 17-2 run in the last basically 7 minutes.
Yeah.
6 minutes and 45
Yeah,
seconds.
get out of here at halftime.
17-2 run.
Start thinking about how you're going to get to that Ferris wheel and how you're going to ride
They
that.
came out of the gate. They hit a few good shots. They
They
probed
went
the
around
paint,
the Ferris
found
wheel.
their big on a lob. Pat Kelsey called a timeout and said, "This is unacceptable."
Yeah. We got to get to the Ferris wheel quicker. What are we going to do?
Iowa State is losing to Kansas State 80-61 with 25 seconds to go.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy. Kansas State's been really bad this year.
They have all
Yeah,
that money
but
they spent.
All
too.
that money they spent.
That's 2 in a row though for Iowa State. They just lost earlier this week.
Yes, they have been kind of up and down since starting. I think they were like 16 or 17-1. They were one of
It
the
was 15-point favorites.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lost by 19.
What?
How about that?
That's a
Edwards,
34-point swing.
Yeah.
Edwards and Hepburn outscoring Georgia Tech pretty easily.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Those 2 guys have so far been dictating the flow of this game. And if those 2 guys are playing like this, despite the fact that Terrence Edwards hasn't been perfect, like he's certainly not dominated, those 2 guys can be good enough to beat most teams on any given day in the NCAA
Especially
tournament.
when their 3 balls falling for the both of them.
Right, and we're talking about Rain Smith's he's not even done anything so far. What's he have? 2 points? No points?
0.
So you're talking about your best 3-point shooter is not even impacting this game, and you're up by the amount of points you're up, 13 points. I mean, come on now. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Chucky Hepburn taking it personally. Nate
Keep
Jordan.
this drought going. Let's
And
keep
for-
this drought going for him. Good
Wow,
defense.
another
There you
great
go.
defensive
I'll
foul,
throw right
my
back to
goodness.
him, man. Here you go.
Ooh.
Give it the takeaway.
That was a decision.
I think
Yeah.
Lance Terry's the only player on this roster who can shoot.
Yeah, that.
Well, I guess George can't say that after what George has already done in that first segment there, but
Chuck's just got him on his hip now.
Yeah,
It's-
this kid
he's too
plays
small.
like a AAU point guard. Like he
he
is
does
so
all
out
that.
of control, man.
But you know what?
He's good.
That was-
He's certainly not lacking talent. But Chucky Hepburn in a game like this, you're taking Chucky all day long.
you need an off ball at that last possession. You got to have an off ball screen when you see Chucky get into a little bit of trouble. That like towards the top of the key, just
Yeah, I
can
mean,
I
good
get
ball
Rain
movement
open
there
real
from
quick? Just
Tech.
give Rain
Yeah,
a little bit of
I
breathing
agree.
room.
Rain, just don't even give it up. Shoot this.
While I don't think George can really guard Hepburn on any level of the floor, the big did come help enough, and at the angle you weren't going to get the lob to him. Good pass.
There you go.
Knock that down,
my
Kanai.
goodness, got to knock
Ah,
That's
he's
us.
back.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all over the
But hey,
place.
good effort though. Good effort though. That shot for Kanai though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good ball movement. Keep the ball movement.
Guys,
The
we need
ball
the
moving.
sliding
Everybody
in the
has to
center.
keep moving.
Yeah.
Off the ball.
I love the glowing Louisville iridescent red.
It's the
yeah,
best.
it looks great. It's popping on the CW.
I'm surprised there's not more players wearing the red shoes like Kanai.
Yeah, Kanai's got that fluorescent.
Yeah,
like,
he's wearing the infrareds, man. Those are the old school infrareds.
great
right there.
defense.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's
Good recovery here. He's not shooting that.
He's going to try to
Just
take
can't
advantage.
get bodied.
yeah.
Okay,
That's
front of the rim.
James, come on. Love it.
oh no, he got some arm there.
Yeah,
he did.
some
he
arm.
got some arm, but I don't think enough to go flying like that. It's a flop, man. It looks like
Georgia Tech's uniforms could not be more on the opposite side of the spectrum.
no.
as
Again,
far
those are
as-
Walmart uniforms
I don't-
right there. I
Adidas
mean,
didn't take their time. with
No,
this.
I mean small logo and number on the front. Really,
A little weird design on the side as well.
yeah.
Some Tetris looking stuff going on.
Yeah, thoughts on closing this half out? I mean, it's a great question for the comments as well. You know, what do you want to see Louisville get done? You know, as we're finishing this half out, I think you want to see them try to push this closer to a 20-point lead.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
just don't going forward. Don't give teams a chance. Don't
No
give
more
them
second
hope.
chance points like this.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's missed the free throw there, which you like.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is coming off of a
20-point game, right?
No, it wasn't a miss. It wasn't a missed basket. He just missed it and got it.
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
It was a foul on the.
yeah, foul on the offensive rebound. So yeah,
Yeah, you can't do that.
either way, that's a foul that you can't get on James Scott.
After the
right?
first 6 minutes of the game, though, they've taken Terry. Terry hasn't gotten going yet, but they've taken Terry and George out of the game after that point.
Completely.
And their offense hasn't been able to get anything going from there. So if you continue to take Terry and George out of this game offensively,
That was out of
Yeah.
bounds right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that was on the line.
I've been pretty impressed though with Georgia Tech's defensive game plan. Like they're sticking to their guns a little bit here, right? And making Louisville try to beat them from deep. They
Yeah.
want Louisville to take 45, 53s this game.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing Louisville outside. But the thing is they've had their opportunities to get the ball inside, and they,
How can I?
yeah, I mean,
That's not what you want to see there.
no, that's a freshman move right
gotta
there.
keep
Yeah.
the dribble alive.
Reset the stuff.
Good
Fat,
ball.
this is where Fat
Yeah.
thrives right here.
Step back. Come on, Fat.
this is his game.
Oh, oof.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Oof, that's bad.
Don't
That's
like
bad.
that.
Yeah, that's not a good
That was a
look.
bad possession there.
Yeah,
It's all good, though.
yeah, he's right. What am I supposed to do right there? There's really not much. Got distracted by that haircut.
That's what it was.
That kid can defend. The
He
number
can.
31.
This whole
Yeah.
team can defend. I mean,
They're athletic as hell,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean, they really are. They
Well,
got
that's-
they got three really
that's
good
what I'm trying.
guards.
That's what I'm trying to get to. With they have talent on this team. There's no doubt about
They're
that.
just not top five in the league. They're high. They're
Listen to
crazy.
this. Kansas State is the first sub 500 team to beat a top 5 opponent on the road by 15 plus points in AP poll history.
Holy cow.
Wow.
That's
Good for
a
Jerome
That's an
Tang.
all-time upset.
That's
Good for Jerome Tang.
All-time upset.
that's insane.
He might be looking at that.
Any new
Arkansas
comments
job
in
again.
the section there?
Let's see. I've got it right here. Fat Lana is what they're calling it.
Fat
What do you think about
Lana.
that? Fat
We
Lana.
love to hear that.
Yeah.
He's from there, isn't he?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I honestly don't know.
I think he is.
Somebody says we will have those same uniforms towards the end of the season. So the Walmart uniforms
Oh,
are coming
boy.
to Louisville near you.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean it's the.
Are they gonna
I
have
think
the
those
old
are the ones
school-
that are on like Fanatics right
He's
now?
from
Yeah.
Tinnell, Georgia.
Will they have the
Not from
dunking
far.
cardinal? And where
Yeah, probably. It's probably going to be like black and yellow too. All right, attacking. There you go. Good assist, Chucky.
that was again. Some these possessions are getting a little clunky, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that
It's
was
kinda getting
not-
stagnant.
that was not in the flow of the offense.
Javon Hadley's back, going back in now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
He's that
getting a
cornerstone.
little bit stagnant here.
I'm not sure what's causing the stagnation though, right? Like
Like I think it goes back to what you said. We're not looking to go inside enough. Not trying.
Yeah.
To
well, Georgia Tech is forcing the issue, right? Like
Yeah.
they're not allowing anything to get
They're
moving
overextending
towards
on
the
the help.
paint.
They're overextending on help. creating open jump shots, not allowing us to attack the paint one-on-one. It's a good move there.
That was.
Yeah,
that was
that's a really good move right there. Who was that?
Terry.
Terry.
It's his first one?
So his first one. Yeah, you don't want him to get going, so you got to make sure here the final 4 minutes
Kind
was
of cooked,
half.
kind of cooked Rain there.
Yeah,
Rain was
you
trying to
gotta-
deny the drive.
Yeah, good pass of that. Way to not take that shot, Traore. That's a foul.
It
Oh
is.
my goodness.
I would've-
That's a shove.
I wouldn't mind Terrence taking that jumper there, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
see,
that was
that's
was that a little toe
that
on
was
the
on
line?
two. That was two
That was
toe on the
toe on the
line.
line.
I might
All right,
take a
guys.
little look at
We're going into the last segment here.
that. 31.
Louisville up 31-23. I think they had an opportunity to really blow things open there. Georgia Tech adjusted as well.
They did.
You got to figure out how to get things. We'll continue to say this. You got to get things going downhill a little bit more. You cannot just keep playing five wide. You got to come up with something creative to get the ball going towards the basket.
Yeah, and in that segment right there, you come out. Lance Terry now has 7 points, leads them. He had 2 points, I think, going into the last time out. So he's gotten going for them. They're still scoring inside. They have 14 out of their 23 points in the paint. So their MO right now is getting inside, and even if they're missing, which they're 50% from their layups, they're shooting 50% on layups.
Yeah.
Where they're capitalizing is on getting inside,
Yeah.
collapsing the defense, getting offensive rebounds and
Yeah.
scoring, or being able on that second chance to be able to kind of reset that offense and get a bucket.
Yeah.
So Louisville just needs to lock in right here. The 8-point lead is, for my betting purposes, not good enough. We need 8.5. So we need 1 more point. But we need to see a little bit more intensity. I think this is the thing, right? For the end of the season, and I'm not trying to get ahead of anything here. Okay,
Mhm.
like the way that it's been the last 5 years, we don't get the opportunity to get ahead of ourselves and start talking about what's to come, because it doesn't even feel like Louisville has been in this conversation. Obviously, they haven't made the tournament since 2019, but Louisville's biggest thing is staying locked in. I cannot emphasize that enough. Like this is all about. In these games against the Boston Colleges, the Miamis, the Georgia Techs, the Stanfords, the Cals, are you locked in? Are you playing the same way you would against a Pittsburgh, Clemson, SMU, or Wake? And I'm not saying they're not here, but against a team of this caliber, right? Like you got to get back to where you were when you were holding them to you were on a 16-0 run or 16-2 run.
17-2 was the best run so far.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to relearn again what it's like to be a good basketball team. It's a weird feeling.
I think it's going to start with Chucky. Chucky's going to have to start getting involved with the conducting of the offense.
Are you eating fruit snacks?
I am. I got a couple gummy snacks going, okay?
Is this like your
We
routine?
got immediate timeout.
Is this your routine?
Immediate time. You got
to eat fruit snacks?
Yeah, I mean, you got Matt McGavick has the halftime cookies. Roman has his timeout snacks. Like, it is what it is. You can't give Roman Kelly.
Let me
get it going.
Yeah, let me get it going.
The Mott's, they're the good
Oh,
ones.
this is good stuff. I need a purple.
Oh, is each color
I
and
like these
shape?
orange ones here.
Yeah,
It's a different fruit.
They're all different fruit.
I
They're
like
all
the
different
orange.
flavors.
that's artificial, man. That's good.
There's not real oranges in that.
Yeah, it's made from.
It's shaped like an orange.
All right. I want to see at least 10-point lead going into halftime.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
The thing
really,
is, though, like, sorry not to
No,
interrupt you,
go
but,
ahead.
like going back to like the locked in thing, like staying locked in against bad opponents, but what we call bad opponents.
Mhm.
Like I think so far PK's shown that that's not going to be an issue with this team
yeah.
Right.
or any
Right.
of these teams.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
you go back to. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, after the way they came out at the start of this game,
I mean,
after they addressed that
Yeah.
start,
but now it's a 6-point game. Like
Points
this
in the
is
paint.
what you fear here, right? I mean, you did get Chucky going downhill, but then you had 2 help defenders, and there's no answer there. So
Yeah, and they are making sure Rain does not.
yeah,
get the
there's
ball.
they're sagging off. They're looking to help on overextend on the help defense.
Well,
They're going to switch everything on the perimeter.
Yeah.
I like
Look, Rain's
like the
trying
assertiveness
so
and the
hard.
speed there.
good pass from Kadir there.
Rain is trying so hard to get open.
Wow.
That turnover.
McCollum with a good strip there.
Mhm.
Chucky.
Mhm.
We'll get to
Mastering.
back.
Oh,
Maybe
oh,
not.
foul.
Oh.
Somebody.
Whoa!
Okay.
What a pass! Oh, let's go! All right, man.
Traore hustle
Let's
right
go.
there. Traore hustle
That's
right
what
there.
I'm
You love to
talking
see
about.
that. You love to
Yes.
see that. See, if you try
What
to
a
if you try to
play.
come if you try to play like that hard nosed defense like that on Louisville, we can return it.
It's the
Louisville
fruit
returns it.
snacks, man. We need to get more fruit
We
snacks.
need more
in
fruit
here.
snacks.
Yeah, that's
I don't like that matchup with Rain on.
yeah.
on
You don't
the-
want Rain guarding Duncan Powell, but
That sounds great.
He looks 35 years old.
he really is a 12-year NBA G League veteran.
He's balding. I mean, come on now.
I mean, look, the bottom of the bottom of the neck haircut is certainly.
What a play! That was
Heads up play from Traore after
a
the
great-
hustle there.
Is that who got the assist, Traore?
yes. I don't know if that counts as an assist, but
Louisville
Whoever was
goes
on
after
the
the
floor that threw the
50-50s.
ball got an assist.
Louisville goes after the 50-50s. Knock
All
that
right,
down,
there you go,
Javon.
No.
whenever Javon starts, so his issue when he's taking three is not that I'm some shooting guru here. But
Nitpick, press. Let's hear it.
he floats to the left. If he floats to the left, he almost always misses it. That's kind of his.
Interesting.
Double team Duncan Powell right there. I absolutely
That's a
love
block
the
from Rain
heady
Smith.
decision. Right, but it's Chucky comes down and helps.
Yeah.
He's definitely balling. That's
Yeah.
a big bald spot.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Jacob.
There is nothing wrong with it, but dude, just accept it.
Yeah.
Just embrace it. What's up with the little, neck fro?
The neck throw.
You got to grow it where you have it, man. I mean, I guess that's the name of the
Grow
game.
it. Just let
You got to grow it where you
let
have
it just flow from wherever it's growing from.
You got to. I like his pink whistle. That is
That is nice.
That is sharp.
But why
man.
is it like a choker?
Yeah.
Why is
That's
it
their
so?
new thing. They do that now.
Oh, is that in?
Yeah, I guess
That's in the ref.
the new ref industry. They've got
Yeah.
these choking collars.
Oh, right. Well, that's tee up the ref.
I was wondering why the people behind them were laughing.
Hit him in the face.
Oh,
wow.
goodness
man.
gracious.
Lance Terry
Oh,
attacks
that's
the rim
not
for a
funny.
crazy dunk.
Phew.
Right there. The shooter getting up.
Oh, and they're gonna call that too.
Blocking
block.
foul.
All right, all
There
right.
we go.
Man,
Blocking foul.
that was certainly something.
I would not have been
Again.
surprised if that went the other way there, though.
2 minutes left. 6-point lead for Louisville. Again, you don't like letting teams like this hang around. And
Well, that's a good call.
Yeah,
That's a good call.
that's
Shuffling
definitely
his
a block.
feet. Yeah.
He was moving.
shuffling those puppies. There we
All
go.
right. We got this final 2 minutes right here. Got to see them go on some type of run.
Looks like we're trying to attack the basket
Yeah,
right now.
I'll
Yeah,
take it, but you got to make those.
I was going to
buckets,
say,
man.
yeah, you take Rain Smith out of the game, and so that makes Georgia Tech adjust defensively, right? They've been shadowing Rain.
Yeah.
Is that on a travel?
Mm,
I mean, did we
That
keep
being a
pivot
shooting
foot
foul
there?
is kind of crazy, too.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a bailout shooting foul there.
That's a bailout.
You don't want Lance Terry getting going. That's the one guy from them you
Did he
cannot
not
have him
care?
get
Did he
going.
not travel? Looks like
You would have thought so, but
traveled, and then we found him on the floor. And
Yeah.
he's going to the free throw line.
this game is getting close,
Yeah.
fellas. This is a little close.
PK is not very happy.
Well, I don't know about you all, but seeing Peyton Sieve on the bench is still like it's such a it's fantastic to see, but as the college student in me, I feel really old.
Imagine the young,
It's a little jarring.
one of the main guys in my love for Louisville.
Yeah, the core Louisville.
Oh, I'm a
teams.
grown person now for sure.
I'm a grown person.
That's the point guard I fell in love with watching as a kid.
Yeah, now he's one of the old heads on the,
Oh,
on the
there we
team,
go.
man.
I love it though.
We're around the same age. Who was your first Louisville player that you really loved?
Edgar Sosa.
Really? Okay.
I like that.
That's a good
I think
answer.
you're a couple years older than me, so that makes.
But I'm also
sense.
I didn't start loving Louisville
There
basketball.
There we go,
until I
Rain.
was
That's what we want to
10,
see.
11, 12 years old, really, compared to
Keurig was mine.
Okay,
Kyle.
I like it. Yeah, yeah.
I love Kyle.
The closing of Freedom Hall is forever an iconic moment.
Yeah, Kyle was just a great mainstay.
Oh, that's
for-
send that
there
the
you
other
go.
way, man.
I
Send
missed
that
it.
the
Was
other
it
way.
a
It was kind of
was it
like
a
that.
set that set up Rain? Or was it just a
Yes,
Yeah.
they got him coming off at the top of the key right here. Yeah, here you go. Oh no, they're
Yeah,
gonna
this,
show
moving
they're going to
screen?
show this moving screen. I mean, this is just not even.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do that.
They just
do
discarded
that.
him right there. Yeah, can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously he's at a disadvantage because Chucky's so much smaller than him, but you can't give him the crouch
It's the
down
extra-
elbow.
the chicken wing.
Can't
right
give him.
there,
Can't give him
yeah.
the elbow.
Can't give him the chicken wing.
Zachary, you still got to go experience Freedom Hall then though, in games there, right?
No,
Really?
I never went to Freedom.
Wow.
Man.
I was going to say that was
I've only
no better place to watch a basketball game.
I've only ever
There
experienced.
you go,
I like the
Chubb.
opposite,
I can
dude.
still
My
smell
first game at
Freedom
Young
Hall.
Center was last year. First Cardinal
So-
basketball game at Young Center was
What?
last-
Wow.
Yeah, last season. And what's crazy was a win.
Wait, that's the first game you ever went to?
What?
Yeah, Chattanooga or I believe it was
Where have
Chattanooga.
you
That's
been?
wild. More to choose from. So
You didn't go in middle
Really?
school or high
I
school?
went to
or-
Freedom Hall games, and once they stopped, I went.
You
I've
went
been-
to the Freedom
I've-
Hall
there's
games
been
and then
two-
took off 12 years?
There was.
I mean, just,
I've seen like the,
just forgot about it.
I saw the 2 NBA exhibitions that got played at Young Center. I've seen like concerts there. Dude, the amount of times I've been there still hasn't surpassed. The reasoning has not surpassed Louisville basketball
I'm
yet.
so
Like,
confused by that.
I've still been there
because
like
Wild.
8 or 9 times for non-basketball or non-Louisville related reasons. Like
I
think
feel like this
just now
year
getting
is
up to
the
there.
first year I've not gone to more than I've went to the beginning of the first game of the year and I haven't gone to a game since. Typically every year besides this year, 10 plus for me, and then you're probably closer to 15.
I was going to say, I think, what was the number 27 that I threw out that I went to during the Kenny Payne era?
right? Yeah, you were.
Um,
I mean, the one thing I will say about that era was
Yeah,
you got to put
that
your
was true.
feet out, and there was no lines for beer. Now it was bad basketball.
It was kind of like,
so-
it was like being a fan of like a good high school team.
oh yeah,
Like-
my tickets were up at the very
Yeah.
top of the lower bowl, and I'm sat courtside.
Yeah, you just go down, hang
I
out,
literally sat on the bottom. Like,
kick your feet up a little bit,
Level
and
with the
have a
court.
There is
beer.
no line. There was no line for beer, but the beer was still $15.
Right,
Yeah,
the beer
that's
didn't get
true.
cheaper, despite the fact that they weren't any good. And in
last
fact,
20
you needed
seconds
more.
here. They're probably going to hold out for the last shot to not give us another chance here.
Yeah, you're gonna try to isolate
It's good strategy, Roman.
McCollum on Rain Smith.
Yeah.
Gonna get a screen probably
What do
coming
you
up
think?
here. Switch, yeah, and then McCollum on downhill.
That was a
Not who they
great
wanted. I
great
don't
play, and not.
That
No.
set was clearly for Lance, and it clearly worked for him.
Yeah.
And they didn't give it to him. So
I mean, it was
not mad at that.
not well defended. There's a lot to talk about at
James.
halftime.
Sloppy last 5 minutes of that
Yeah.
half, fellas.
But they're still up 10 though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing,
we
right?
So-
shot well. We shot the ball well.
I'm seeing, there's a lot of confusion defensively still, right? Like that last play was a perfect example. 2 guys take the same person. There's a lot to clean up at halftime, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we could, ask in the chat as well. What's
Yes.
the number one thing you need to clean up? In my opinion, offensively, I'll keep saying the same thing, right? Like you got to figure out something different. You cannot just keep jacking up threes. And when they've gotten into the lane, they've either turned it over or missed shots. So. I don't know if it's something where they tried to post up Javon Hadley a few times. That didn't work. Georgia Tech has really stuck to its game plan and executed pretty well with the exception of that 17-2 run.
Right.
And that's been the difference so far in this game. So,
Yeah.
Also in the comments as well, feel free to comment your favorite memory so far in the Yum Center. I
Yeah.
think that's a great one,
I can remember
especially if you were there in person.
I can remember going to the first game against Butler in 2010. Shelvin Mack, I believe, was on that team. Maybe Matt Howard on that team.
Yeah,
That
they're
was-
coming off a national championship game appearance.
Yeah. Yes.
Sands, our guy that's he was at Boston. He was in Boston. I don't
Who?
think he is anymore. The guy that played for Butler, that was fantastic.
Gordon.
Oh,
Gordon Hayward,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Said Stan. I'm like, you lost me on that one. Yeah.
Is he in the league now? I'm
he's
sorry.
retired now, but yes.
Gordon Hayward. Wow,
Gordon
Just
Hayward.
this
we're
year.
old.
Just this past year.
We're old. Gordon Hayward's retired.
But I remember opening up the Yum Center. My freshman year at U of L was the year of the Final Four before the national championship. And they played UConn at home that year. They played Vanderbilt at home. Both of those teams were really good. Those were like iconic games for me as a freshman in college. Went to Freedom Hall almost my entire life as a young kid. I remember not having tickets to the closeout game, but being at the Beef O'Brady's on 3rd and Central, like right across the baseball stadium with the fans that didn't get into that game.
Yeah.
Like those are like iconic moments for Louisville basketball, is being in those arenas.
I'm convinced the last game in Freedom Hall, I know, Megan, you were there, right?
They took away the 1 point. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
So
38-27 now.
Okay.
38-27. I was going to say there was a toe on the line.
On the Lance Terry, his first 3 that dropped.
Yeah, so they came back retroactively and made that decision.
Oh, yeah. It's not. He still hasn't hit a 3 technically.
So an 11-point lead now for Louisville at halftime.
Yeah.
Any thoughts from the comments?
Any thoughts from the comments? No, not at this point in time. Well, nothing really fresh and new. We have a couple comments, not calling a lot of fouls so far, which if you go back and you look at it, Louisville has only shot 4 free throws, or sorry, Georgia Tech has only shot 4 free throws. Louisville has only shot 2, so you only have a handful of shooting fouls, a couple of others. Louisville's got
that's
7 fouls committed.
That's a huge difference to highlight, right? Like Louisville
7
is
fouls, 6 for Georgia Tech. So it's very minimal involvement from the refs so far. I think the big thing is for Georgia Tech, the points in the paint. They're not shooting the ball well at all. They're 2 of 13 from 3, but they have 18 points in the paint. They have 6 off of turnovers. 7 points off of or 4 points off of turnovers and 7 off of second chance buckets. So for Louisville, it's the little things right now.
Mhm.
They should be up by probably 15.
Yeah.
Or by 11, which is not bad by any means, but definitely have to clean things up.
Yeah, I like the way that that Mike Rutherford put it, that it's not showing statistically, but Louisville defensively has a lot to clean up. So shout out Josh Hurd, by the way, here in the
Josh
background.
Hurd just getting some.
Oh, there he is.
Time right here. Look at him. Seems like a super friendly guy.
Josh looks significantly less stressed this season. A lot less grades going on for Josh. Right now.
Yeah. I think that the second half, Louisville should win by 15. Louisville should win the game by 15 plus. They're up by 11 right now. I think that there's absolutely no reason why you can't come out here and start connecting on some of the shots you've missed and establishing yourself and getting that lead. I think that that's extremely doable. There's Harry Douglas. This is a star-studded camera angle shot right here. Look at that.
Fantastic.
Hey, we're trying to go see the floor. No, you can't go see the floor, Harry.
So I can't go to that
Yeah,
side.
you can't go there.
Gotta go back up.
You can't go there, Harry.
Sorry, Harry.
Yeah, look at Josh. He's going to step in and tell him that he can go wherever he wants. That's Harry Douglas.
Yeah, get in there, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh is like,
Josh said, I can go in there all I want. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
There you go. There's that shot. Vince, shout out Vince Lococo.
Yeah.
Always talks about the trees.
Yes. It's a beautiful, beautiful campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the trees there at NC State. Great place to tailgate, by the way.
Yeah, I have not been there. I think there's some good road trips.
I thought the setup
Not to
was
switch
really
sports,
nice there.
But on the football side, some good road trips this year for the Cardinals.
NC State is there's very much a college feel to their games, right? Like that's kind of the environment there. We're gonna have to step away here for just a second, boys. But,
Okay, do your thing, man. We can take over.
I mean, yeah, that's still, we talked about memories in the Center. For me, I think Miracle on Main still number one for me.
It's a good one.
That was happened to be sitting.
More fruit snacks.
More fruit snacks.
He got to
Keep the
reload, man.
Gotta
He's got
keep
to
the
reload.
momentum.
He needs that energy.
Get that shot of those trees.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just while we're at halftime, real quick, looking around the ACC today, there's a lot of obviously a lot of matchups going on, and they're showing the Clemson NC State game, which was competitive and Clemson won, but Boston College takes down Florida State, which is relevant for Louisville because that was a quad 1 win. That's no longer the case.
Yep. So Louisville down to 4 quad 1 wins.
Yeah,
at this point.
so that's going to certainly come back up on the schedule later on when you talk about their tournament resume. Wake Forest and Pittsburgh. Wake wins a close one there by 2 at home. So Wake gets to 8-3 in the conference, and Pitt has really taken a nosedive. They're 5-5 in conference play so far. When Louisville played them, they were coming off of having just been ranked. They have really struggled over the last couple of weeks. So
luckily that unless Pitt really, really just kind of falls off, that'll remain a quad 1 win, I believe. So
yeah, the Wake Forest. You need Wake Forest to keep winning. You need SMU to beat Stanford today.
You need Clemson to keep winning. Clemson won today, which
against NC State.
That's a borderline one because they were right at 30. So you need them to stay in the 20s for that to remain a quad 1 win. So yeah, if Louisville can get to the point where they're at 4 to 5 Q1 wins at the end of the season with no losses to Q3 or Q4, I think that's where you have a really solid case for a top 3-4 type of seed. So we'll step away here. The
All right, do your thing, man.
Roman, favorite memory in the Center since you've been.
Well, he's only had like 3. So
was it that Kid Rock concert or?
Probably graduating U of L. Walking across.
Okay.
Okay, see,
That's a
there you
good
go.
So far,
Man, that's a big accomplishment.
one big Louisville win, and I'm sure that'll
Yeah.
get surpassed.
Yeah, that'll be an easily surpassed moment. Look, man. Overall, this is when you talk about this team, this is where you want to be.
This is
You want to keep pushing the envelope and continuing to kind of excel. But for them, they're coming off of 10 straight wins, but also taking care of business against the best of the best that they're playing. You can't play Duke because they're not on your schedule.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, dude, this is
Yes,
impressive.
Georgia Tech clearly came out in this game prepared for a lot of things that we were going to show them offensively,
Right.
and the defensive intensity and aggressiveness they've had has clearly had its moments where it was, forced us into some clunky shots
Right,
and some
right.
bad shots. I've also noticed they've defended our out of timeout stuff well.
Very well. They're getting after it.
I
They're
don't-
getting after it.
I don't think we had one where we had 2 guys open for like a half second and they boom in
Right.
denying ball, and I'm just
Right.
like, geez,
Yeah.
they've been prepared for a couple of the things they've been seeing.
Well, and they're not letting Rain Smith get loose like at all. He has essentially been bottled up. They're putting him in an elevator. Terrence Edwards got hot to start, but late in the first half didn't really do anything. And outside of them, I mean, it was just, a layup here, a bucket there. There's nothing really been consistent for Louisville since I'd say like the 6 to 8 minute mark of the first half. So I said it earlier, kudos to Georgia Tech. I mean, this is not a team that I thought would come out and be able to dictate anything. And they're certainly not winning, but they're dictating much more
I
than
was going
you'd
to
like
say,
to see
yes,
what
they were
what they
prepared
wanna
for
do.
what we were going to do offensively on a lot of the off-ball stuff.
Yeah, and they're shooting 3 of 14 from 3. Jeez.
Are also we have some things to improve defensively.
Yeah.
We're off ball. Our off ball defending hasn't been nearly up to the rate of theirs. Like you said, players getting open, getting to catching in passes into the paint off the ball from across the court. That's just unacceptable. You can't be allowing guys to catch the ball under the basket, running from the corner. A lot of the stuff we're not doing fast enough defensively. It feels like we're letting them get to the positions and spots they want to get in and conduct what they want to do, but they're obviously defending the shot attempts well. Those 2 things right there, 2 things we haven't really seen in any Louisville games recently, and we're still up 11.5.
Right. It's kind of hard to complain about some of that stuff because of the fact that they're up, but at the same time, it feels like they could be up 15 or 20 because Georgia Tech is, as I mentioned, is shooting 3 of 17 from 3 at this point. 2 of 13 from 3. They're shooting 15%. So it's not as if they're really like scoring the ball outrageously. What they're doing?
They've missed some open jumpers.
They're not shooting well. They're shooting 38% from the field. They're shooting 15% from 3, but they have 18 points in the paint. They have 7 second chance points. They have 6 offensive rebounds, and they are defensively forcing Louisville to turn the ball over. Louisville has 7 turnovers, and Georgia Tech off of those Louisville has 6 turnovers, and they've generated 2 buckets off of those. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's an additional, 4 points that they wouldn't have had. So I think this second half is all about one thing. And the people watching are going to get tired of me saying this. You guys are going to get tired of me saying this, but it's all about focus. Louisville is the better team. Every way you slice it, Louisville is better than Georgia Tech. But is Louisville going to be locked in for 20 minutes? Are they going to be locked in for another 35 possessions defensively? That's what they defended in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be able to stay locked in to where Georgia Tech can't get this back within 5, 7, and it takes Nate George getting a little bit of confidence and starting to hit some shots. It takes and Dongo getting a little bit of leeway inside because James Scott is not playing. I mean, James Scott has no impact on this game so far.
Right.
He had one lob, but it's just a couple. We're just a couple of things away from this being a different game, and we're being nitpicky because
You have to.
Louisville is on a 10-game win streak and they're up by 11 at halftime. But there is certainly room for improvement here in the second half, and that's what I want to watch for. I think that's what we need to see. And for those watching, I want to see what do you all think? What do we need to watch for here in the second half? And then secondly, we were talking about this a little bit right before we walked over here, in terms of the ACC Player of the Year. Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Then what?
Right.
Chucky?
It's got to be Chucky.
ACC Player of the Year is Cooper Flag.
What's
right
the
now.
what's the run?
I say
I mean that Maxime Renew
so
kid.
that's what I keep talking about is Maxime Reynaud is the best player in the ACC. If he was on any other team besides Stanford, he would be the talk of the conference. He's averaging a double-double and is so freaking good.
I don't know about a specific order, but if you are making a ACC first team and you don't have Chucky Hepburn on it, you don't know ball.
That's right.
Yeah.
Chucky Hepburn is the best guard in the
That's what
ACC.
There's no question. He's got to be.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, he really does. And
He's responsible. I mean, going into the Wake Forest game, he was responsible for the most points for his team out of any player in the ACC.
Yeah. I mean,
That's ridiculous.
his streak of 7+ assists is definitely in danger right
it's
now.
in
though.
serious
He only
jeopardy.
has two
2
assists.
assists.
You know,
I have him at 8+ for the game, so it's not looking good on the betting side. But Chucky Hepburn, I think, is if Duke wasn't doing what they were doing, I think that he would be the ACC Player of the Year just because Louisville was so bad last year, and he has been the clear kind of like, as you say, the straw that stirs the drink for Louisville. And without him, there's no way, one, they win 10 games in a row, but two, that they're sitting here as the second best team in the ACC, likely going to be a top 6, 7, 8 seed in the tournament. I mean, he has been so good, and there's still even more room for him to get better.
what needs to happen for Chucky to become ACC Player of the Year? In my opinion, I think one major thing is winning, right? So
they got to win out.
if Louisville wins out and Duke loses 2, then Chucky becomes the best player on statistically the best team. Then I think that gives you more of a conversation, right? And the reason that Maxime Reneau is not more like of a front runner is because Stanford is a lesser known commodity.
Middle of the pack, right?
But I mean, they only have 3 losses. It's not like, it's not like Stanford's garbage by any means. It's just that he, I mean, if you talk MVP on a team, there's no player more valuable to his team in the ACC than Renaud. So I think those are your 3 clear front runners at this point, in my opinion. There's obviously a number of really talented players, and it'll be interesting to see how things shake up on the back half of the season. But yeah, for me, I think that there's a conversation to be had if Chucky keeps up his scoring and assist rates and Louisville wins out while Duke loses 1 or 2 more games. But
which is, I mean, at this point, I'm thinking Duke is probably not going to lose again.
I can't imagine. I mean, they're just that much more talented.
Yeah.
Than any other team.
In the ACC, honestly, I mean, as much as we don't want to say it, the ACC is not very good. So it's, they're not facing a ton of ranked teams at this point out all the way out. They don't have Louisville on their schedule. Right. So there you go. They're coming out right out of the break, and Georgia Tech attacks the paint and goes right inside and gets a bucket. So kind of what we're talking about. You got to be focused. You got to be locked in. And, I mean, Louisville, they're giving that paint up tonight. That's for sure. There is definitely not any type of imposing threat against Georgia Tech, and they're taking advantage of it.
Hadley, he will not shoot out of these set plays.
They're not really getting anything.
Yeah. There you go, James. That's what you want to see.
That's what we need right there.
Yeah,
is that our first off? It can't be our first. It's our first offensive rebound.
Is it really?
It's our first offensive rebound.
Wow.
Single
Love that.
there.
So
that means your first second chance bucket of the game for Louisville. Coming in the second half. Wow.
you
They've
know,
been
you want,
so good offensive rebounding all year long.
you want to, talk what's kind of kept this together for Georgia Tech a little bit. It's Louisville not getting to the line and not getting second chance points. I mean,
Yeah,
That's
there's
it.
a
That's-
foul on George or on James Scott right there. I mean, he's had in this game so far. He's played 18 or 16 minutes. He has 2 points and 4 rebounds.
Yeah.
2 fouls.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness!
if you want to,
Hmm.
what's up?
Florida State lost. They were up 4 with 16 seconds left.
Wow.
Wow.
Up,
That's tough.
up 2 with 6 seconds left. Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw the way Florida State went down. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's tough.
that's not good for Louisville.
That's
That
what, 5 points in like 4 seconds?
Yeah.
BC.
One thing to watch here as well, Javon Hadley's been playing for a while now with 3 fouls.
Yeah.
If he grabs a 4th foul here before, like, say, the under 12 timeout, that changes the dynamics
Yeah.
of the game.
You gotta go
They
to
forced
Kanai.
to put Kanai or
Yeah.
Traore in. When Traore was in, they were stacking extremely far off of him.
Yeah.
Right.
Helped their defense.
The thing about Louisville's lineups is they have 2 or 3 guys that can't shoot, right? So if you're playing Traore and Scott at the same time,
Let's
there
go.
you
Let's
Need
go.
to have Hadley. You need to be able to show that you can stretch the court. So you need Hadley to shoot because Traore is not, James Scott is not. There's only so many guys that can stretch the floor for them. So when they have 2 of them in together, they can sag off and they can do other things
There we go.
defensively.
I
And
try to
that's what
push
you
it
need.
here.
Look, you need Javon Hadley
stops,
aggressive.
push
You
the
need
pace.
Javon Hadley aggressive right here.
Yeah.
We got to play faster there. We
Yeah.
got 2 shooters open there.
And there's the
There you
offensive
go.
rebound. I
Oh.
mean, look, they missed it. But
That was
you need,
that's what you need
yeah,
right there.
2 offensive rebounds, both from James Scott in the second half.
Need James to finish that though.
Yeah, you need a finish bucket right there. You need to
Yeah,
be
with
up.
the pressure, you brought up a good point. Like, 2 of Louisville's key parts of their success in their team is second chance points and getting to the line. They
Yeah.
haven't really done that this
Either
all
one,
time.
yeah.
And, Jacob, you were saying at half, it felt like Georgia Tech was dictating a lot in this game. Yeah, we
So
were,
There you go.
They've
There's
moved
Terrence.
Terrence on to Terry.
Yeah,
we were still up 11.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, that's,
It says a lot.
They've moved Terrence on to the Terry kid. He does just get that 3-pointer to fall, but we have moved the
Oh,
more
no. There's
size
your
on him.
8th turnover of the game right there for Louisville. And
Wow,
Powell's going to lay it in.
Way too easy.
Man,
Wouldn't be
that's
mad at a
that's not a
timeout
good
here.
look. Yeah, you're getting close to needing the timeout.
I wouldn't be mad at one here.
There we go. Here comes the timeout.
Yeah, you gotta regroup right here. You've let them get back into it.
Chucky's shot the ball well.
Yeah,
But outside of that, I feel like he
He's
hasn't
not-
done
he
enough
has 2
for us
assists
offensively
there.
today.
George is
He hasn't attacked the ball well. He hasn't been.
no, they're getting after him.
Well, they have some length too, right?
Yeah, they have kind of been hounding him a little bit.
I'm
But
saying this dude's haircut for the first time.
Oh,
you
it's
just not seeing
This
fantastic.
is a decision. It's certainly
It's
a
like-
decision. It is certainly a decision to shave the rest of your head and keep the bottom layer.
I'll go on record and say if Louisville goes to the Final Four, I'll do that.
It's like
Okay.
It's like an inverted bowl cut.
Yeah,
My wife's gonna leave me. But
Yeah, hey, I don't know. She might also like you a little bit more. It's a good haircut.
It's classic. Oh, should I go like full goatee as well?
Yeah, go
Just only nose
no,
down.
go the full chin beard, but no mustache connecting it. Just
No mustache, just
no,
straight
just straight
goatee.
goatee with no mustache.
Yeah, we could do
All
that.
right, man. 43, 36, 17, 17 left in this game. Louisville is out of the break here. Certainly not getting off the start that they want. They have turned the ball over a little bit more than that you'd like to see.
Not getting to the line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Louisville
We got-
stats.
We got Kendall in the chat.
Kendall's back. Let's go, Kendall.
Hey guys, missed the first half. What was good about it for the Cards?
What was good about it in the first half? Let's see.
we shot the ball.
Shot the ball well.
but
Um,
that was just about it. We didn't attack the paint well. We didn't defend well. We didn't attack the offensive glass, which you can't do when you're not getting shots on the interior.
Yep. They had
Off the ball defense has been bad for us today.
Yeah.
I know it hasn't really showcased with the team that's only they've scored 36 points, but they haven't hit many 3-pointers. I feel like I've seen way too many Georgia Tech players.
Yeah.
I guess sorry, you asked for something good. Seen way too many Georgia Tech players catching the ball wide open.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at what's good for Louisville in this game, they went 8 of 16 in the first half from 3, so 50% is about as good as it gets. They had 9 assists on 14 field goals, and only 2 of those came from Chucky Hepburn. So I think when you're talking about ball movement and the rest of the team getting involved with facilitating, that is about as good as it gets overall. What's not good,
Defense.
Louisville turned the ball over 6 times in the first half. And the turnovers were silly turnovers. We just saw one on
Lazy
the first half.
turnovers.
Yeah, we saw one on the first half right there, or in the second half right here, coming out of that first stretch of just the ball getting tipped out of Chucky's hands, trying to make a pass into the elbow. It's just a lazy pass. So there is a lot of room for improvement right here.
We had the one on the transition that would have led to a bucket of free throws, I'm sure.
This next minute and 7 seconds are going to be extremely important.
Yeah.
Whatever happens before you get to the 16-minute timeout is going to help.
You need to push this thing open in the next 2 possessions.
You gotta get a stop and a bucket right here if you're Louisville, and you certainly cannot let Georgia Tech stay in this game.
Tyler said Press would look great with that haircut, to be honest.
See? Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. I think you'd kill that, man.
No, another
Yeah,
one, just a lazy
There's your
pass.
Second turnover in the first or in the second half. 8 now on the game for Louisville.
Good D, good D. Come on. Man down, man down. No.
Yeah.
Shoot that. 3 of them.
Good choice.
There you
Wow.
go.
Out of control. Like, what in the world? The ability for him to be able to go in like that.
Terrence
and
Edwards.
regain his control.
Again, we talked about this. I think, Roman and I talked about this on the podcast a few weeks ago. Terrence Edwards plays almost at his best when he's out of sorts, right? Like, he is able to make something out of nothing individually, which is something you have to have, right? Like this chaos he thrives on, right?
We get a foul there?
Yeah, that was a foul there.
We don't want to waste that. We don't want to have one timeout left.
I mean, turning bad into good right here.
Right.
I mean,
That's
great hesitation.
Yeah.
Gosh.
The head fake definitely sold that for him.
He's not built in any way like an old school college basketball player, but gosh darn, he sure has an old man game at times. Right?
Yeah.
Like
smooth. It's very smooth. Very smooth. All right. Louisville's got 3 double-digit scores right now. Terrence Edwards with 15, Chucky Hepburn with 13. Javon Halley with 10.
This is
Almost
bad.
a
Again, yeah,
turnover.
this is
Oh, it is a turnover.
Come on, Rain.
This-
Either
yeah.
shoot it or don't.
yeah, well,
Javion McCollum is just about as bad of a matchup for Rain Smith as you
Go
can
up
ask
with
for.
the Rain. If you go Rain, if Rain goes up with it, I'd rather you just shoot it. The chances of you making it, too high, even
Yeah.
with the hand in your face.
Rain Smith is 1 for 4 in this game. 1 for
Is he
3
our
from
leading
3.
rebounder though? It feels like he's got.
I think
He
Chucky.
is, no, it is James Scott.
James
Has
Scott.
5 rebounds.
Rain
so
Smith
far.
with 4 rebounds though.
Yeah, Rain Smith has 4 rebounds at this point. So look, again, I've talked a lot about this team, their ability to do things outside of score.
Wow, that is
brutal.
devastating.
right
Bounce
there.
on the step
Brutal.
back there.
Again, McCollum is a bad matchup for Rain Smith.
It is.
It is a bad matchup. And look, he's fronting him. He's not even, right now he's got his back turned to him, but he's not even letting him get the ball.
There we go.
There you go, Traore.
That's what you want to see from Cater.
Terry can't handle Traore on the post, so
No.
if we can get that matchup, he should go.
Would
into
you
another
guys consider pulling Rain again? Because it seemed like they had a pretty solid run in the end of the first half with Rain out.
time. Yeah,
I think potentially, but again, you're going to have to go to.
they're going at him. They're going at him. He's forced a contested mid range.
The thing about having Rain on the floor is he's always going to stretch the defense. They're
Sure.
always going to cover him.
His defender is not doing anything other than
Oh,
staying out there
is
on
that
him.
I was going to say, was
that's
that a
a foul or
goaltending there? Yeah, goaltending.
Goaltend. Okay.
All right, so we
You
push
got to
this in.
have Rain on the floor because you're going to have right now, for example, they have Traore and Scott. I mentioned this earlier. That's 2 guys who can't shoot.
Mhm.
If you don't have Rain on the floor, what is the defense going to do in that situation?
Right,
They're
they're
gonna
just going to
pack
pack
the
it in.
paint.
Yep.
Right? And Terrence Edwards is by all means not a great shooter. He's shooting 3 of 5 today from 3, but last game we saw how many missed step
Well,
back
and
threes.
he had
so many.
Well, so the last road game, yes. So he was 4 for 11 last game. So he kind of had an opportunity to kind of work through some things against Wake
Yeah,
Forest.
volume was his friend. in that
Volume was
case,
definitely
yes.
a friend. But going into the Wake Forest game, he was 6 for his last 39 3-point shots. So, that's something to watch as the season progresses is, how Louisville plays when Terrence Edwards isn't shooting the ball well.
Yeah.
He's been shooting the ball much better from 3 on the road, as has Rain Smith, as has the entire team as a whole. In road conference games, the shots seem to fall, which again, Kenny, loosen the rims, please. I don't know if you can. I know Kenny's up in New York.
In New
right
York, yeah, he's gonna have to put it in order to get the rims loosened for that.
now. Dana Brown loosen the rims.
Oh man! All right, we got a 10-point game here. Only 49 points for Louisville at this point.
Well, that's what we said. Coming out of that Pat Kelsey timeout, you need to push back to 10. They were, up 7, got it down to 6, and then scored 2 straight possessions. So,
Yeah, you got to come out here and continue that on. You got to get another.
Yeah, you've got about 4 minutes essentially until the next TV timeout. You've got to take advantage here. I'd like to see them get it to 12, 15 points.
Chucky Hepburn up to 4 assists, by the way, for those who have a parlay riding on
Need
that.
7.
We need 8. I went bold today. He's been so money for 7 that Vegas is starting to catch on, and now they're putting the money on 8 being the number, and that's
8's just a lot more than 7.
You know what? I never in anything else do numbers feel as big taking one step up as it does in sports betting from 7 assists to 8 assists. It makes all the difference in the world.
Yep.
And Vegas is so smart that they know it, and they know that I'm going to take that 8 when they give it to me with the odds that they do. So we need 8. We need Javon Hadley to get some more rebounds. He has not been rebounding at all the way that he was to start the ACC play. He's got 1 rebound today.
I mean,
in this game, and I think I took him at 7+.
Part of that is certainly foul trouble as well.
Yes, he has 3 fouls right now. He's played with 3 fouls for
You got the
most of the first half.
Kind of
Yeah.
early. They had to come out, put Traore in.
So
I'm still cracking up at the officials' whistles. It doesn't look as weird when it's black, but when it's pink.
But what I don't
kind
get
of-
is why a pink whistle on February 1st? Isn't that an October thing?
yeah, their uniforms are not flattering for them, unfortunately. I mean, these guys are. They got
tomorrow the women's game against Notre Dame. They're doing the pink.
yeah.
So I don't know. If
Yeah.
there's something just across college basketball or not.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they
think
gave
it's
all
all
the
twirled
ACC
up
refs
and-
pink whistles or something like that, maybe.
So
What's the call here?
I'm assuming they're just confirming that it was a goaltend. The ball did go off the backboard, and then
It was. We
I guess they were just confirming that there.
All right, well, here we go. We got 15-11, Louisville up 49-39. Getting into a pretty pivotal time of this game here where you need to you
Push it
gotta
open.
you got to push it open here.
I mean, we saw last game. Obviously, it was out of hand, but
I like this matchup. We got
Yeah,
Traore
Traore on George. Yes, I really like
you've
this
got
here.
Rain Smith out of the game, so
Yeah.
you put Chucky on the Terry.
And
shooter.
you got James Scott out there, but you've got James, Traore, and Hadley right here. as your
Traore
front
has held
court.
his ground in Bull or Ingbo or whatever his name is, the
No.
big.
What we got? We got a foul? No,
Don't
nothing.
let him get
Keep
through.
great
Nice
defense there.
Oh, and
and-
Dongo with the
Ah,
rebound and putback,
that's-
man. He is killing Louisville so far inside. He's got he's got 10 points, 7 rebounds so far for Georgia Tech.
How many
He's,
offensive are those?
3.
offensive?
He's the only player outside of Lance Terry that is a positive plus minus for
Very
Georgia Tech.
good. Mm,
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
Here we go,
though.
Georgia
You do?
Tech, man.
Yeah,
I don't like that on. I don't like that on that kid. The number 31's proven to be
Yeah.
a pretty stonewall kind of
Yeah,
defender.
and that's the shot that Pat doesn't want in his system. That's a
Yeah.
mid-range jumper, and
Oh, boy.
this is getting to be dangerous
5-point
territory right now.
5-point
for
game.
Louisville. 5-point game. This is the closest that Louisville's played a game in a couple of matchups.
one of those games right now where you would just love to have Corin Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Someone
got to
who's
get something going.
quick
here.
and can get to the paint like that off 1 or 2 dribbles, 1 or 2 moves.
They're daring Fat to shoot it. Like they.
Yeah, they had George on him right there. George is by no means.
And there, look, they were all in the paint right there.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
Call
goodness.
him from deep.
Oh,
goodness.
man,
He's
that
not a
would've
shooter.
been
That would've hurt, but he's not a
absolutely
shooter.
lethal.
All right, you
Yeah,
got to
so
see if
we're-
you can exploit that right there. Look, they're all 5
Yeah.
near the paint. All
Go
5
up,
of them.
Yeah,
go
yeah.
up. They're going to call a foul there. But that is a matchup. They did this early. Who was it that he had the 30-point game on? Clemson. With Hadley, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a guard on him, and they went into the post. He would take the ball and he would just dribble.
If they
his
don't
way
double,
in,
he go one dribble, see if the double comes. If they don't,
And then
send
he
the double,
put his back
Boom.
arm, and yes, bingo. Again, if you got Nate George guarding him, if you've got Terry guarding Javon Hadley needs the ball
Yeah, they just
inside.
took McCollum out.
Yeah,
Just took McCollum out. He was kind of getting exploited there. So this is their taller lineup.
this is their big lineup right here. Yeah, this is their big lineup.
This is
Something
their
was going
biggest
on
lineup.
there.
It looks like we've seen.
Yeah, because they got Powell at the 3. Oh man, turnover right there
Baseline-
is crucial. Oh, and
Baseline out of bounds play didn't work there.
Javon Hadley lost
Oh, the-
James Scott
got
lost
foul
him.
there as well.
Man.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm gonna grab a Gatorade.
Ooh,
It's not a good look.
Get some
That is-
electrolytes.
that is tough for Louisville right here. Duncan Powell going on the break, and they call
Wow,
it
they
foul
call that
in
a foul in rain. That's
Man,
unbelievable.
that's nitpicky right there.
Yeah, that's
That is Nick. What does that say? Mert? Is that his tattoo said?
I was trying to figure out what that said on there.
No regards.
No regrets.
No regards.
Not a single letter. All right, so we have a 2-point game. This is an 8-0 run.
49-47. Yeah, this is not a good look for Louisville.
Tyler said in the YouTube chat, we also need Roman to commit to something now with the eyeball emoji. He says, I'm guessing he's talking about the four look. It's like the Gatorade's the best you're going to get.
Yeah, we got to cut
There
that
you go.
Gatorade
Some
up. We got some fruit snacks.
Got some fruit snacks.
We got some fruit snacks.
I'm
Stuff
gonna
that-
say it's hard to want rain off the floor right
Yeah,
now when they're
yeah.
they're overloading the paint and just giving you the perimeter when he's off the floor.
I'm good with rain. Just
He's gonna shoot it. Like
There's
it.
nobody
yes.
out there right now you want him guarding though.
Oh, man,
that's
this
a
is
10-0 run for
double,
Georgia
yeah.
Tech now. 49-49.
Yeah,
Let them play through this. Like this is a pivotal moment.
yeah.
here.
This is what adversity looks like. You got to.
Yeah.
It's all about runs. Louisville has
Whole
gotta
different
run.
defensive setup when rain's on the
Yeah.
floor.
All right, Cater. All right, at least he's going to the free throw line. That's one on Ndonga right there. What's that on him? That is going to be his
Third.
So it's third foul.
second or third foul. I'm not sure if they've updated this yet. Here, second foul. It looks like.
Past few possessions that look like our offense at the beginning of this season.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit.
It's slowing down. Yeah, they're certainly not the rhythm and flow that you're used to. Kind of struggling so far. Yeah, Kendall says there's got to be more red jerseys competing for rebounds offensively.
Yeah,
It's
I agree
been-
with that.
I could not agree more. They've got to attack the paint harder at this point. It just looks like they let their foot off the gas, if you want me to be honest.
little bit,
with you,
yeah.
fellas. I mean, that's what I see.
It looks like we came in a little gassed. Like from the start, we just didn't seem like we had the intensity level we've had the last few games.
There you
Yeah.
go. Push it back to a 1-point lead. Need to do better
Other than
than
about
50%
that
on your
10-minute
free throws.
segment after
Yeah.
the first media timeout, we looked
Yeah.
great, but
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the pivot is here. You know, you bring in Kenai Roos. You have right now, 4 guys on the floor that can shoot the ball.
Yeah, and they got Kanai in there on in Dongo from Georgia Tech. Their best rebounder and interior presence.
yeah, James
So
got switched out here on the perimeter.
We
don't
got it
want
got
those.
wide open. That
It's not. Come on,
that's,
James.
that's-
good switch
like,
back there.
yeah,
It's good defense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was-
that's a shot you'll live with right there. Good defense by Rain getting a hand up.
not perfect, but great recovery.
Right, but I mean that's the percentage on that is not
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You'll take
3-pointer
that
out of
shot.
rhythm off the dribble.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All
Kenai.
right, so there's a wide open. You need it
Oh!
so bad, man. You
See,
need that
some of
so
these are
bad.
just shots that just have been falling the
Yeah.
last few games.
Just want Kanai to get going,
I
man.
know. It just feels like he needs one, right?
Feels like
just
he needs a
one.
shooting coach. Feels like he's got the timing right. He's got huge arms and huge hands, but
Sometimes those hardest ones
like
to
it's
make
a
are those
fluid
wide open
jumper,
ones.
but his
There we go.
arms coming
All right.
too far.
That
out.
is on in Dongo. That is his third foul. So the last one was obviously what we were just trying to
That's
figure
key.
out. That was his second foul.
This game is definitely getting a little bit more mucky, a little bit more
We're
aggressive.
calling some fouls here. Let's see here. In the second half so far, Georgia Tech has 4 fouls and Louisville has 3. So they're calling fouls a little bit more aggressively in the second half. And if you're Louisville, you got to make your free throws. Like you've got to knock down free throws. This becomes I cannot emphasize it enough in the NCAA tournament. And not to look at we're still in February, right? So we still have some time, but not like the NCAA tournament if you go into those games and you don't make your free throws,
You're
against a lower seed, you're going to lose.
You're not going to move on.
We haven't gotten hardly any clean looks at the rim.
No, I mean it's been a tough go. They're not even really getting into the paint, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, for Louisville so far in the second half, they've taken 13 shots from the field. Only 4 of those are from 3, and they're 5 of 13, 1 of 4 from 3. So, and they've only shot 2 free throws. They're really living in that kind of like the danger zone in a Pat Kelsey offense, right? Like if you know anything about a Pat Kelsey offense, he lives and dies by the Nick Nurse philosophy of we take threes or we take layups.
Yeah.
Anything in between is a bad shot.
They're not getting a lot of
Louisville is
layups.
living and dying right now in the mid range. They're not shooting good shots in this offense. Georgia Tech again.
They're walling us up really at the
Yeah, and look at this. This is
Rim,
the second
so-
half, okay? Just the second half only for Louisville. James Scott minus 12, Javon Hadley minus 11, Terrence Edwards minus 5, Rain Smith minus 5, Chucky Hepburn minus 11. Louisville is getting outplayed in the second half of this basketball game, boys.
Yeah, I think just feeling out the vibe of this game, it feels like this is a game where you need Rain to make a couple of threes and really kind of open things up even more.
Yeah,
I think
honestly, you need Rain to get going for sure. That because not only that, but it gets the crowd going. Like
we haven't scored in 4
something back
minutes.
into it.
I mean, you basically have just the one free throw during this run. Still a 10-1 run though for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's rough go. Louisville's got to get it together here in this final 11-26. And they're up by 1. They were up by as many as 14, 10, 12. It is a combination of Georgia Tech getting what they want, when they want it, how they want it, but also Louisville turning the ball over, not making shots.
Yeah.
They're not playing the way that they have played against SMU, Wake Forest, the games that we've seen them over the last 2 weeks and along this 10-game winning stretch.
Yeah,
So,
well, this is the type of game. This is why you have 9 seniors and above, right? Like, this is the type of game where you got to see them step up. A lot of experience on this floor right now, and so
here we go. It's pivotal time.
they're just.
See, you've got to.
I mean, they're just leaving Hadley wide open there.
Yeah. And so far it's paying off for
That's
him.
a good set, though. It's a
Paying
wide
off.
open
Yeah,
shot.
it is. You'll live with it, but at the same time, though, I mean, he so far in the second half is 1 of 2 from 3.
Yeah,
Overall, he's not shooting a great percentage. So I mean, and there's the lead for Georgia Tech, boys. JV McCollum,
first lead of the game.
McCollum takes Rain straight to the
yeah,
basket.
it's a bad matchup for Rain Smith right here. This is not a good matchup for him. All
Okay,
right,
Javon,
there you go.
great take,
Javon Hadley.
Javon.
I'm gonna
That's him covering
Yeah,
the
get in
12
there.
plus
Let me
points
get
too
in
now.
Oof.
Good deal.
There we go. All right, push this thing. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Where's the
All that.
communication,
Yeah.
fellas? Where's the communication? Call a timeout, coach.
No, I mean, I'd let him go. You just came out. You came
let
out
him
of
play through
timeout.
it. Play through it right now. If you call a timeout,
Yeah,
you're
you don't
giving
have
them a
one. You don't
cop-out.
have one. You don't have one to waste.
Force them right here. You're talking about 9 seniors. Force them
That's
to get back
another
into
lazy turnover, though.
right. I mean, look,
Another
this
lazy
game,
turnover.
I've been saying it all game, guys. They have Louisville has 11 turnovers in this basketball game, and Georgia Tech has
goodness
10 points off of
gracious.
those
Can I
turnovers.
rim
And
stuff?
Iris just
Rim stuff on the baseline drive that hurts. That would have been a play to wake everybody up.
Oof.
this is just, and that's 4 fouls on Hadley now. So
Wow, that's a bad
Yeah.
call. That is a bad call.
Let me see it again. Is he just backing him down? Yeah, you got to tell him man on, man behind you. No one's
I
saying
think
that.
Rain even looked back and saw.
He looked
like the
opposite way
He
or
knew
something.
He was there. He just didn't.
You didn't see him in your peripheral?
He didn't do anything.
That's 4 on Hadley. That's tough.
This is not looking good. You got 10 minutes, so there's time, but
yeah, you just want to see an adjustment. You can't keep going back to the same well, right? Like, and ultimately, it sounds silly, but it's kind of a matter too of shots just aren't falling.
They
You
put
know?
James Scott back in.
This is tough.
This is a bad stretch of basketball right here.
It's all right. They should be able to.
Yeah, no, get
Figure
back
this
into it, but
Don't
don't
settle.
settle for
Yeah, don't
threes.
settle.
Yeah, that's not the shot you want. He is not shooting the ball well.
Got away with a push there.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
James Scott just has to have
Oh my
stronger hands.
gosh. gosh.
He has to have stronger hands. You got to catch that.
Yeah. 9:30, 56,
Yeah, I mean, so-
52, guys.
Well, let's talk through this a little bit. What's the adjustments that you need to see made? Is it on the defensive end? I think that's where it starts, right? Like you need to force a couple of turnovers. You need to get them out of sequence just a little bit. And I think turn defense into offense. I think that's the way that you kind of, put this game back in your hands a little bit.
I would like to see them get more Chucky, James Scott ball screen
Oh,
action
goodness.
going.
Just everything's fallen at this point.
Yeah.
Defensively, George is locked in for Georgia Tech. Louisville's not doing anything to impact that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So that's another timeout. So
there's
Louisville has
your
one timeout
for your
left.
final 9 minutes of play. You're going to get your 2 baked-in media timeouts.
You got to run a play here. At this point in the game, you're down 6. You can't go down 9 or something here. You can't have another bad shot here again.
Yeah.
You've got to get a good shot here.
So they have been. I don't think they track it.
We're 1 of 7 in our last.
So it's
Field
40,
goals here.
if I remember right, it was 49-39. Am I right on that? So basically we're looking at a 19-3 Georgia Tech run. Is that an accurate?
Georgia Tech is on a 7-0 run in the last minute 23.
I think it's,
I don't have that exact data.
if I remember correctly, I believe it's a 19-3 run.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that in mind, obviously Georgia Tech has all the momentum. You have to take that away defensively. It can't just be something where you're relying on offensive sets. Georgia Tech's done a good job of kind of really setting a precedence for how you take away this Louisville offense. If you get them on a bad shooting night, I think this was a concern.
But they're not. The thing is about that, not to cut you off, but Louisville's not shooting poorly. They're shooting 43% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, but
It's skewed in the second half. They're not
Sure.
shooting well. That's the thing. And the second half is the difference here. They've come out defensively and they have been physical. And Louisville is
good
not
rebound
getting
there
good
from
looks.
James. So you got to do something out of this second opportunity here. I like that from Pat. Yeah, so he's so good out of sequence.
Send it to the free throw line. You need a couple of easy points here for Louisville. You need to see the ball go through the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Get some confidence back here, and
You'll
then
take
get a
him-
stop.
take him however you can get him.
Church crowd needs to get a little bit.
Yeah, church crowd needs to get him hyped up a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh
we need a
boy,
Cards chant break out in Georgia.
I was going to say that had to be a shooting foul.
He missed his first one. That's no
Mhm.
good. Can't miss free throws.
No, this is not great, guys. Not great. Louisville has not scored in 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Terrence
You know,
Edwards
from a
0 for 2 on the
perspective,
game.
From the entire season perspective,
Like he's
this is
going over
something
three.
that you needed to see. This is something you need to happen.
Wow, did he miss
It can't
both?
all just come easily for you.
He missed both.
Oh man, that is
He's just a bad free throw shooter.
he is. Yeah, that's not a good look so far. Trying to climb back into this game.
Yeah, I'm curious from those watching with the TV volume on, what the environment's like here. I'm sure the crowd's really into this. They're feeding off of it. It's an opportunity. This is not a tournament team, right? Like this might not even be an NIT type of team. So this is
Oh my gosh, he's cooking.
yeah.
y'all.
This
He
is one of the
cooking.
few opportunities for
cooking.
Georgia Tech to have kind of a season-defining moment for them.
Yeah, he's cooking. I mean, he is really cooking right now. And Louisville defensively or offensively is not getting anything. Look at this. I mean, Georgia Tech is playing 5 guys right on the ball.
It's got to be more concise. You got to have more crisp passing. It can't just be this one-on-one stuff
There you go. There you
for
go.
Chucky and Fat, right?
Yeah.
Like
No, we scored there, but nobody's moving it off
No.
the ball right now.
you're not forcing turnovers. You're not forcing difficult
Pat
shots.
was yelling.
Pat's mad. Yeah, Pat
Pat
and
is
assistants are mad.
Yeah, this is just not. Yeah, I mean you're
But
lucky
even
that
right
doesn't
there,
fall
why
there.
are you sagging that far off the
Yeah.
best shooter on the floor?
Here we go. You got to pass this here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, we got
Oof.
bailed out there. I'll
Oof.
take it.
That's a
Bailed
bad
out there.
take. Oh my goodness, that's a bad take. But hey, look, we'll take the foul, go to the break here, come out, hit the free throws, get this game back down to 4
What is
points.
he shooting from the line? He's
So
3 for 4, so he should. Ideally, we hope he makes both of these, but Traore's not the best free throw shooter either.
Mhm. So, all right, how we feeling, guys?
I'm
Heat
fine.
check here, 7 minutes.
I think that again, this is a challenge that you needed. You needed another team to, give you their best shot, and you know, I want to see how this team responds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
It's-
don't like this Nathan George kid in the first 2 minutes of the game, and now it's going to be the last segment of the game as well. He's
Getting
Yeah.
what he wants, man.
He is.
Getting and he is a momentum player. If he starts to get going and he gets the ball to go through and starts to get rhythm, he's going to heat up. And he's got 13-7 right now for Georgia Tech. I mean,
he's above his averages.
he is playing really strong. Lance Terry has been, I mean, incredible in the second half. He's got 17 total, most of that coming in the second half. So Georgia Tech has found the rhythm with those three guards. And again, when you look at the big men, it's Ndongo is 10-9 right now. He has been an offensive rebounding machine for them. And Duncan Powell has really stepped up in the second half.
Yeah.
He scored, I think, all of 8 of his points in the second half and has defended the ball extremely well. So Georgia Tech has really stepped it up here. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. They have dictated what is happening in this game over Louisville. They have dictated from start to finish.
Yeah, shout out to Georgia Tech and their defensive game plan. They've just been prepared for Louisville, and everything Louisville seems to want to do off the ball. They've been, I won't even say a step ahead, but they've just been ready for it. They've been there. They've been ready to counter it, and we haven't seen that in quite some time.
No, we look unprepared.
We've kind of seemed to struggle with the physicality on the interior too. They've just decided if Louisville puts the ball on the floor and comes inside this 3-point line, we're going to put a body on them. We're going to send a help for defender. If they swing it, close out fast, and you know we're going to rely on the one. We have one quick shooter when you think about it. Chucky can get his shot up, but we've seen that the more Chucky has to get his actual release up, the better he is.
Yeah.
If he has to shoot quick, that's usually when he's not very good. Rain's the only fast shooter.
Yeah.
That's got to be part of their game plan because they're letting everybody have space on our catch, and they know we're not going to shoot off the catch outside of Rain. So
What is Rain shot? 4 shots this game? I mean, I don't think he's even had many attempts.
We're at 5 or 6.
5 attempts in this game. He's shot 4 threes.
all the attempts have come from Chucky and Terrence.
Yeah.
And I guess Javon has had a few as well.
Here's a stat for you when we jump back into this game from Mike Rutherford. He said, since 2004, Louisville is 134-0 when leading by more than 10 points at halftime.
Wow.
Louisville is up by 11 at halftime.
It's going to be that'd be one of those weird little in a season full of highs.
Priority. Yeah, just like one
he broke a record. Like, didn't he? Like, we haven't had like a loss that bad in Yum Center or the Tennessee loss had some weird little stat like that. I think.
To it. Yeah.
That's a weird little nuance that could come from.
You got a lot of good, and there's 2 more missed free throws.
Again,
I mean, come on, that's
2
6
more in a
missed
row.
free throws in the second half. I'm not mistaken. For Louisville, they have been. They missed 3 in this. No,
they
definitely.
There you go.
5.
Oh,
so at least
5 in the second half. They are 1 for 6 from the free throw line.
so that's
this
is a possession where Louisville has a chance to have fast break points, and somehow Georgia Tech ends up with the ball, and then Louisville fouls. Like, that's a momentum changing play right there. And again, like, you know, I know we're talking offense is stagnant, but the offense will be stagnant at points. You have to figure out a way to get it done on the defensive end, turn the ball over, and make Georgia Tech uncomfortable. And they're just not doing that right now. Georgia Tech's getting whatever they want. They have won the second half by 17 points.
Yeah,
like,
been a rough go. That pick and roll, man. I mean, you're putting Rain Smith in a difficult spot there to try to get him to defend downhill against McCollum.
Yeah, that's the shot you want them taking, but then they get
there you go. Oh, and you had your near steal.
There we go. There we go.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness!
All right, pass to yourself and the foul.
There we go.
Down, Javon, please.
All right, man. Yeah, 1 for 7 from the free throw line in the second half of this game, guys.
And that's the difference,
7.
right? I mean, that's the 6 points that you need. So, I mean, you're going to take points however you get them at this point. But again, it started there on the defensive end. That's what you have to do. You just cannot let them take their long 2-point shots if they want. Like, if they're falling, they're falling.
Oh my gosh.
We're a bad
one.
Oh my goodness, man! 1 of 8 in the second half.
I think that's a bit of an overstatement.
You're down 6 and you've missed 6 free throws in the second half.
Oh my gosh!
7 free throws now. There we
you go. All right. I mean, I'll take it, but 2 for 9 is not good.
This is a game where Jacob would be texting me like every 2 minutes, like, we're gonna lose this game.
I'm
No, you're down 5, 6 minutes left. There's plenty of time.
I still feel good about it.
You've
but
seen
man,
Georgia Tech have bad possessions and take bad shots.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville doesn't
They've
look
been
panicked
loose with
in
the
the game.
ball this last 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and it just
this
hasn't
is
been like right there. We get a loose ball, but doesn't end up in our
We
hands.
lost like 4 of those 50-50 balls.
They've been sloppy with the ball in this last 2 minutes. They're giving us the opportunity to get back in.
There we go. There we go. That's what you want
good
right
defense. Good defense. No
that
foul.
is
No foul.
incredible
Rebound.
defense. What
Where's
a
the
play!
foul on Chucky
There you
there?
go.
What a play!
Come on.
What a play!
And one.
All right,
There we
good
go.
finish, Cater. Good finish.
good
All right,
finish, good
one
finish.
See,
possession game right here.
This is what you need right here.
Timeout, Georgia Tech.
Again, turn defense into offense. That's how you make it happen.
We got some
Got some
chirping.
jawing.
James and that what's the big guy's name?
Oh, and Dongo.
Yeah, they
You
like
get a
bump-
little
they
John.
bump-
All right, church crowd. Yes, we
There
got a
we
card
go.
chant.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, a cards chant is broken
Yes,
out.
sir.
Atlanta. We
Look
got
at
a
the mask.
CCBM right there, baby.
And Dongo like bumped James' shoulder.
No, that's weak behavior.
Yeah, let's see
weak
this.
behavior.
Let's see if they show it. I don't think.
Oh, and after the ball's dead.
Yeah.
James
Yeah.
was, James was looking at the
yeah.
our bench.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
Saying, let's
Come
go,
on. Let's go.
They bumped shoulders.
Mm.
They pushed Chucky down on that rebound.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Mhm. Yeah, he's letting him know. Yeah. I mean, that's all James Scott.
Yep.
Cole Sherman, I think, stepping in there.
There
We
we go.
like it though.
I love it.
I mean,
That's
love
why
it.
you have Cole Sherman on the team right
That's
there.
exactly
folks.
what Cole Sherman's role is.
They're
Make
still
sure
hyped.
nobody
They
gets in a
still
fight.
believe.
Get
They
back
needed
at
that little.
No, I mean, again, this team has not
Start
looked.
there.
Yeah, you just cannot give up a 3-pointer right here.
Yeah.
Like that's your 3-point game.
There
Nate
you go.
George and McCollum have been
No
able
threes,
to find
no
looks.
and ones.
Crowd's getting into it.
You need fully good defense. That's a
That's-
moving
is that not a
screen.
moving screen?
Oh my gosh, he's wide open.
What?
I mean, you can. He just threw a shoulder into him.
Yeah,
And he looked down like he was waiting for the call. That was ridiculous
That
there.
was unfortunate.
63-57. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Fellas, by the way, the parlays are cooked. I
The
don't know if
parlays
y'all-
have been cooked, man. It's not a good betting day for your boy. All right, free throw line we go, but still, if that's a shot you're getting on a possession, Georgia Tech is doing.
He's
doing
went over
something
2 his
right.
last trip. So
Yeah. I mean, guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. Louisville right now has been so bad from the free throw line. They are 2 of 9. That is 7 points.
was that not a moving screen?
That had to be.
It had to
It
be, but
was something.
7 points Louisville has given up on missed free throws. That,
Come on,
that
Terry.
is the lead right there.
Knock these down.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, my
goodness.
gosh.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, relax, dude. Relax.
It's like Falter, gooseneck. That's
Is that mom and dad there, or mom and sister or something?
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
All right, we got
Yeah,
the
but
roll
he-
on that one. That was,
a little nervous looking at the
Yeah.
free throw line. I don't like that.
fellas, I'm starting to officially get a little nervous here.
Nah, it's all right. You need to
What's
stop
that?
here.
3 for 10 from the free throw
You
line.
need to
in the
stop
second
here. You can't let anybody get ahead of steam here. I don't like McCollum with rain on him out there. There's the head of steam.
Yeah, and again, McCollum he's
Oh, my
crafty,
goodness.
man. He's so crafty.
I just, he's getting Rain out of position right there. Rain fouls with his body not facing the right way, kind of just reaching in. As we watch this replay here, he's just not in good position.
He's
He's
right
not.
there. He cooked him. He got
Yeah.
past him.
You know
Rain
what?
recovered.
In my opinion,
spun
there
back.
you
Got
got
a
to
bit on the half spin there. So
keep
took him
your
out of
man in
position.
front of you. Let him take that kind of fadeaway mid-range 2-point
Missed free
shot.
throw.
Right?
Missed
Ball
free
on
throw.
line. Ball on line.
We need
Let's
a good
go.
shot here.
Come on.
We need a good shot here.
There, I like the pace.
I like
at
this
which we're
matchup.
moving
I
here.
like this matchup.
You know
Foul.
what I don't like?
There
I
you
love
go.
it. No, I'll take the bucket. You know what I don't like? Not a single pass right there.
No.
He just dribbled the ball all the way up the floor and took it straight in. I mean, that is he made it.
The
He made
second
it.
half has been a lot of hero ball.
He made it, but that was not a good possession right there. That was not a good possession.
Yeah, a lot of streaks on the line here. A 10-game winning streak. We have
Yeah,
Rain Smith,
Don't give
2
him
plus
that. No
free
way,
threes.
no way.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
They are cooking.
Lance Terry is getting whatever he wants
Right,
right
he's
now.
got 23 for the
Yeah.
game now. Is that right?
Yeah, and
I-
Louisville misses right there.
Offense? No.
Yeah, it's Georgia Tech ball. Georgia Tech has all the momentum in this game right now. They are feeling themselves. They're gonna when they get hot, they start to rub the back of his head for more luck.
They
That's what
do. They do.
Little Duncan Powell love.
Getting the naked pony for good luck.
It's like in
His
get
foot
him
looked
to the Greek.
looked like his foot was
You
on the
gotta
line
rub
for
the
that
wall.
one too.
Yeah, that's going to be one that they might go back and look at.
So second half, James Scott 0 points. Brain Smith 0 points. Kenai Ruth 0 points. Louisville's gotten 2 from Chucky Hepburn, 7 from Edwards, and 8 from Hadley. So when you talk about this first half, what Louisville got out to the lead with was what?
3-point shooting.
And Chucky
yeah.
Hepburn and Terrence Edwards, right?
Yeah.
In the second half, Terrence Edwards has 7 points and Chucky Hepburn has 2 points.
Yeah.
Louisville has not. I mean, they scored 22 points in the second half. That's it.
Yeah. They haven't been themselves.
It's Georgia Tech has gotten them completely out of their rhythm in this game from start to finish in the second half.
I'd be surprised if
Crucial 4 minutes and 36 seconds.
anything changes here. We're not
Yeah.
getting good shots.
Yeah, well, not to state the obvious here, but this is a major blemish on your resume if this turns into a loss. This is a game that, we talked, the ceiling is 2-3 seed. All of a sudden, you lose games like this, you're eyeing more like a 6 or 7
Yeah,
seed.
this is what
And
losing games like this is what the nation kind of expects out of an
Yeah.
ACC.
Lance
school.
Terry open for 3 on the corner again.
Yeah.
Thank gosh she misses.
All
You
right,
still have a
4
chance.
minutes.
Close out.
Fighting chance now.
4
Come on,
minutes.
fellas. You have to get good shots here, or you got to get to the free throw line.
here we go. Get Chucky downhill a little bit here.
It's
And they're
it's
cutting
a
him off.
shame
Look at
you
that.
can't have Rain out on the floor because he's a defensive
This is-
liability.
Look at that. They're all
This is
bunched
great.
up. I mean, oh my goodness.
Great defense from Georgia Tech, but good.
Free
confident
throws is
take.
all right. I'll take it. I'll take
Good
it.
confident take from Traore. But I mean, when's the last time Louisville just had a made basket?
They're
Look
shutting
at them.
everything
Look at them
down.
all right there
Yeah,
within
it's
3
all-
feet of
yeah.
each other.
Three players on the left.
There's
That's
no
not-
spacing.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
this
I
offense
think
right now.
I
That's a
don't
clean
think that's
block.
I don't think that's a foul.
I'll take it though.
Yeah,
we'll take it,
This
but-
is that. This is just textbook.
Please
right
knock
here.
these
They're
down,
out of it.
Cater. Please. I'm
Yeah,
begging.
we
I
need
don't
this.
think he's going to.
You've missed your 2. Knock these down.
That's a.
Or has he
foul right
missed
there.
3?
Yeah.
He's missed 3. You shouldn't miss another free throw.
Okay, so he's got a hand on the
Okay,
shoulder.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
foul.
They
That's
were
a foul.
both.
He did. He
fouls.
wasn't letting him go all the way up.
Yeah, Powell got him too on the drive.
That's a flagrant.
Mm. 3 free throws.
Give
and
us
the
3
ball.
free throws
Yeah.
and the ball back. I think. Get him out of here.
They are reviewing this for something. I'm not quite sure why.
Maybe it's not.
Told you. Looked like he was a little aggressive there.
Flagrant 2. He's out. 5 free throws and the ball.
I'm not sure what we're.
Yeah, that's a goaltend and a flagrant 2.
Yeah. Game's over.
Balls-
It is. His hand is on his chin.
Yeah,
he's
they-
holding on to. Yeah, he does.
That-
Oh, he got a ball to the face though. It's payback.
So that's 4 fouls on him, by the way,
Yeah,
right?
and then Dongo. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Jeez Louise, man. That's the story of this game. They are 4 of 12 from the free throw line.
Lack of confidence
In the
there. That was
second
not a
half,
confident free throw stroke there.
Sorry, I think I might have spoke ahead of turn. Now they're 4 for 12.
4 for 12 in the second half of the free throw line.
He's 4 for 8 himself.
It's not a good look.
Not what you want to see, folks.
No,
So getting foul trouble. What is it? 11 for Ndongo for Georgia Tech has 4 fouls.
Yeah.
4 fouls for Javon Hadley. That's very good defense there.
I can't wait for the next starting 502 pod. Jake is going to have a
Oh
lot,
goodness.
Mhm.
Yeah.
lot to say
Lot to
about
say.
this.
Louisville has 7 turnovers to 2 assists in the second half, guys. That's a
I don't mind. I'm not
recipe
mad
for-
at that.
Okay, I like that fact.
Yeah,
Great rebound from James Scott, and then it gets
Lost
poked
it.
away.
You got to keep the
Lost
ball.
it.
Again, it's the little things.
Oh,
my goodness.
That might be it, fellas. That might be it.
That might seal the deal there, folks.
Oh.
I can't say for certain yet. If we can get a 3-pointer here or an and one or a good open shot and some points, you put Rain back in, you're going to be in shooting mode
There you
now.
go, Chuck. There we go.
Back to Chuck, shoot it, knock it down.
Oh
It's
goodness.
tough.
Great
Come on,
rebound from Scott once
That's one of those
again.
ones you could have went back up, I think.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
my
There we go.
goodness.
That's an
And
and
the
one.
foul? And
Yeah,
one?
There we go.
one.
There's a chance.
Love that. And who's that
There's a
foul on?
chance.
Is that Ndongo?
Yes. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Is it?
This is a
He looked.
Great.
I saw his hands up like that after the.
Great finish here.
Yeah, that's 5 on Ndongo.
Okay,
So,
that's huge.
yeah.
Get him out.
That means they're going to be only down to
254 down 7. If we make this free throw, we're down 6.
Georgia
You
Tech
need,
has only
you
played
need a
6
stop,
players.
a bucket, a stop, a bucket.
Yeah,
and
that's
you're,
it.
and
That's
you
it.
can be right back in the game.
They've done it before.
In the final 2 positions, that'll lead you to 2 final possessions where you're down 2. You should get 1 more stop,
There you
one
go.
more bucket. Now I know we're asking for 3 stops and 3 buckets in the last 3 minutes.
No,
of this
I mean
game,
they
but-
forced Georgia Tech to make difficult shots in the last few
and they've been
possessions.
sloppy
so.
with the ball. If you get them.
Georgia Tech's
If
giving
you
you
can put the help,
chances.
if you can get help defense on the Keontae George kid or on the McCullough kid, if you get help while they start trying to get into their move into their path to the rim, they'll be kind of loose with the ball. They've shown that already. They're putting Rain back in. I don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, with Rain, you're going to have to worry
You got to
about
have him out
matchup.
there at this
Yeah,
point.
You
down,
have to have his shooting.
down
to stretch the
6
floor,
with
but-
2-3
Yeah,
minutes
and-
left.
Well, if as both teams get into more foul trouble, you could switch offense for defense as you're
Yeah,
finishing this game out. You still have 1 more timeout remaining, so there will be opportunities. With what 3
Yeah,
minutes left, 3 minutes on the clock.
and I know it doesn't help because Louisville's not shooting the ball from the free throw line well at all. But Georgia Tech already has 10 fouls in the second half.
Yeah,
so
so-
Louisville's going to be shooting the double bonus.
Yeah,
from
be
this point
aggressive,
on.
get to the basket. Don't do not play into their hands and try to take contested threes. But like we said as well, this is a game where everything's out of rhythm and shots aren't falling. Chucky just missed an open 3. Raines missed 2 or 3 open 3s. You've seen Hadley missed open 3s. Edwards missed open 3s. So there's been opportunities, and then you're not finishing around the bucket. So, just a lot, not going right. Georgia Tech has just been kind of feeling themselves in a rhythm on offense. So continue to take them out of rhythm offensively. A couple of turnovers can be, what changes this game as well.
And they don't have the inside presence right now. So I would say if you're Louisville, you need to spend this final 2 minutes and 55 seconds attacking downhill. You need to try to get the ball inside the paint. They are in the double bonus with 10 fouls already. They are missing their big man. Attack the paint. Get to the free throw line. I know you haven't been making them, but those shots are more likely to fall than trying to get shots from the
They're
3
going
point
to
line.
attack the paint more now, though. Do you think they put Rain back in the game?
They did just put Rain back in the game,
So,
so I
so they
definitely
can
think
get
do.
get some spacing and get
Yeah.
some room to attack the paint.
Right, and that's exactly why, right? So again, I've said it 3 or 4 times tonight, but Rain, even if he's
You have to go
1
to the
for
paint.
8,
Though. You have to down.
100%.
you're going to stretch the
Try to
floor.
try to
Darn,
chance
dude.
getting
Rain
some
for
fouls.
space.
Yeah, get free throw line and stop the clock.
Yeah.
Just to emphasize, though, Ndongo had 12 points and 11 rebounds. He's now out of the game. James Scott has 10 rebounds. So look for him to continue, clearing the
with
boards.
him off the court, the Chucky to Rain, the Chucky to James Scott lob on the next time down.
Need
They
these
put. I mean, they
free
got the
throws.
number 30 kid. He's big too, though.
What does he get? 2 or 1 here?
Just 1.
1. Oh, it was an 1. Okay.
There we go.
So
All right.
made it. Let's go. Got to get a stop here. Got
Full
to get a
court
stop.
Putting on a little bit of full court press here. Not
Not the
on
ball.
McCullough.
Not
though.
who has the ball.
Not on McCullough.
Yeah,
it
they're
seems. Not on their
bringing Rain
fastest
up
player.
94 feet. No
He's
way.
their fastest player, and you've got Rain on him. I guess I get it, but
again.
To
That's
the
way
basket.
too easy.
good D.
Too easy getting to the bucket there.
That is
Good
what
defense,
teams-
better offense. He has hang time. Rain doesn't have.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do with Rain Smith on
It's
the ball. Right
straight to him.
Great pass.
Oh my! The touch pass. He double dribble.
There we go.
That was
No, that was good. It got knocked out of his
knocked
hand.
Knocked out. Knocked out.
So again,
You got to get a stop.
stop.
This is a must stop. Game's over if they score here. Nah, not over, but you know what I mean.
It's
over. Yeah,
It's out of hand. It's still in hand at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good screen. It's a good recovery.
Good
They're gonna
switch
try to
off,
milk-
but you
they're gonna
have
milk
a-
this whole shot
They
clock
are.
here. Hands up, fellas! Hands up, fellas!
good.
Oh!
Hands up!
Is that on Hepburn or Hadley?
I think that might
Just
be on
put your
Hadley,
hands
man.
up.
I think that might have been on Hadley first. That's 5 on Hadley.
Bailed
Oh,
out at the end of
man.
the shot
All
clock.
So they're going to the free throw line.
And no Javon Hadley the rest of the
No
way.
Javon Hadley.
Is
So
this
that
1
means
and
they're
1?
Going with Traore at the
This is
4.
1-1.
No, I don't believe
That
so.
was on the floor, and that put us in the bonus.
Yeah, it's got to be a
Oh,
one and
Louisville is in
one.
the bonus. You're right.
So it's got to be a 1-1
Somehow.
situation.
Yeah, it is
you got
1-1,
Javon Hadley out, so a free timeout here.
Yeah, and you're going. The lineup here is Scott, Edwards, Hepburn, Traore, and Smith.
Yeah,
So,
and really, I mean, you're going 6 deep here, right? Like this is.
I mean, there's no one else on the floor that's gonna on the bench that's gonna play.
No.
Louisville, this is Louisville's lineup.
They're not putting in.
No,
Anson.
and Kanai is not going to play any more than he has to at this point. So this is
This
it
is your
for Louisville.
guys. This is it.
So what are you doing right here? If you that's a push off.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it is. Doesn't
Mm,
matter. They're not going to change it.
That's
Yeah, I mean that's not a foul. I mean, at that point in the game, you can't call that. That's a bailout. That's a bailout call. But again, you know,
That one there. I mean, we've been losing for both of these calls, but the clear moving screen at the top of the key, that one there at 2 momentum shifting points for us.
mhm.
so they're going to the line for 1-1 right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. 32 points in the paint for Louisville tonight, and Georgia Tech is at 36. So
22 of those 32 came in the second half.
yeah, I mean it's been just Louisville Georgia Tech getting whatever they want in the second half.
Oh, so they call this a shooting foul. That's unbelievable. That is really a killer. Because, I mean, was he in the act of shooting? I don't know.
I don't know, man. It depends on where you're calling that foul. If you're calling it at the first reach in, no, he was
Yeah.
not. And there you go, 8-point game with
So,
2 minutes
yeah,
to go.
no,
This
you
is
can't have
looking
any
rough.
empty possessions here. You got to score. So now, you know.
You could still go for 2 here. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
that's a foul.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if that's what 2 free throws, right?
It's got to be, there's got to be 2 free
Any
throws.
foul.
Yeah, any foul's
from
gonna be
now on, it's going to be 2.
2 at the line.
Man. I feel you.
A lot of nervous energy in that crowd right now.
minute 50. If you make both of these,
That bus ride
it still
back.
comes down to shot,
No
stop.
fun.
If you
I was
just
going to say the second stop at Bucky's is not going to be as fun.
Yeah,
as
the
you know.
return stop at Bucky's not going to be as fun. All right, if he can knock down these 2,
Oh, boy.
you're feeling a little bit better. 6-point game.
Loosen the rims, Dana.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of nervous energy, and you got to see it in Louisville on the offensive end, man.
I mean, this is the first time Louisville's been punched in the mouth over the last month.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
honestly, since Kentucky, Louisville has been.
so they've put Chucky on McCollum.
yeah, and they take Rain.
I would put Rain on
Lance
Terry.
Terry.
but they
This
No,
is,
on Duncan Powell. So they got Rain Smith on
because they
there
know
forward.
Duncan Powell's not going to create a shot for himself.
This is solid defense here. This is really
I
good.
guess I like it. They know Powell's
Defensive
not going
effort.
to be some shot creator. I'm surprised they didn't just go to Powell anyway.
Oh.
No, sir. And he was out of bounds. He touched the ball out of bounds.
Yes, sir. That's us. That's
man,
us.
Love
Great defense right there. Who blocked that?
That was Kadir.
Kadir, yeah.
Wow, what a block!
That's got to
right
be
there. What
2
a
or 3 for him
block.
on the day. Great play.
1 on the day.
You've
Gotta be
got,
more
you've
than
got
that.
the one from last game that he sent to the crowd still. You remember?
Perhaps.
All right, here we go, fellas. We're getting down to crunch time. 1 minute 15, 1 minute 10.
'Cause that's only our third block of the game.
And
one. Ooh,
we're
almost
gonna
an
send
and one
Chucky
for
to the
Chucky.
line, so we're gonna get
That's
2
big.
free throws here. Get
Needed
this
that
to a
stop
one
last there.
possession game.
Needed that stop bad.
Anybody else for Georgia Tech in foul trouble
2
right now?
possession game. Sorry, excuse me. No, I don't think so. Not of anyone of note. Let's see.
George
So-
has 3. Powell has 3. Yeah, a few people with 3, but that's it. Not enough time
they're
for
not
it
at
to
the
matter.
point yet of being concerned. And then on the Louisville side, the only one with 3 is Rain Smith and Chucky Hepburn. So looking pretty good.
Yeah, so you got the coaching staff is already calling defensive plays here. You figured that Louisville's going to press out of a made free throw. I really don't appreciate them not showing the live action. I do not like the cutaways.
Javon has 5.
Yeah.
Javon's out.
Found
He's
out.
done.
Yeah.
He'd be in if
So-
he has.
Ooh, buddy.
Big defensive possession here.
Mm-hmm.
I like Louisville kind of, push them away from the basket and making them start this set.
He looks like he's not going to settle. He's going to settle here for the. Oh wow!
Oh, wow. Was not expecting that.
This is what we want. This is what we want. Good D.
No way.
Man.
No way.
Oh, who did they call that on?
They
Was
called that on
Scott?
James.
Wow.
That was a fantastic defensive play. And again, just no foul, no foul, no foul, no foul, no foul. Okay, he got him in the head. He got him in the head. But
Wanted to touch the back of his hair.
Maybe that's some good luck.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Ooh, right on the tailbone. That put me out for 6 to 8 weeks.
That's an ugly free throw.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna do it, fellas.
Yeah, it's not looking good for
You got
Louisville
to come down and get a rain 3 here. I
You gotta
mean,
make-
that's,
yeah.
you know,
2 threes and you gotta make a 3. You gotta stop, make another 3.
yep. Huge miss there. Huge miss. All right, so just get down the floor and
You did miss
Okay.
10 minutes there.
Called
Okay.
Last time
I'm not
out.
mad at this timeout at all.
Last time out.
Because if
What
you
do
make this 3,
What do you draw up right here?
if you make this 3,
I think the obvious play is a rain 3. So does he not do that?
Right.
give it to
Because
Terrence.
it's the
Give it
obvious
to
play.
Terrence.
I have Rain Smith take the ball out of bounds.
I
Yeah, no,
have
he
Chucky
doesn't
take it
typically
out.
take the ball out.
I'd have Chucky take it
I
out.
don't think you have rain passes.
I see because the ball always goes back to the guy inbounding the ball. So if you're talking about finding
Chuck
right
down.
shot, I'm going with Rain inbounding it.
I
getting
I
a
put
screen,
Rain in
and
the
then getting
opposite
him open.
corner.
I think you
Put
might
Rain
try
in
to
the
set
opposite
something up
corner of the
for-
inbound
Wow.
side, dude.
how about that statistic? Last 10-game win streak for Louisville was ended in the 11th game
Yeah,
against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, this was talked about on Mike's show earlier in the week.
It's unbelievable.
That's tough there.
Yeah, I mean it's been tough sledding the entire game, right? Like the things that you can normally rely on, Louisville hasn't been able to rely on this game, right? So, look at PK just cooking in the huddle right now. Though.
Mhm.
They know the play that they're running. They know the play that they're going to get into if they miss this shot, or if they get this shot taken away.
Yeah, they know the first and second option for sure. I think you got to have Chucky inbounding.
Who's everybody guarding? Can we tell? I don't know everybody's initials well enough here, right? But that's an interesting behind the scenes to see. They literally have a whiteboard showing you who you're guarding. Yeah, I mean, not to state the obvious here, but you got to get a score. Don't need a 3 here.
You don't need one, but if you have it, you got to take it.
Oh yeah,
I think you got to look for that first
You're right.
option
They've
to
got
get
Rain
three.
inbounding.
I tried to tell y'all.
I would have put Rain in that opposite corner over there.
No, because they're going to set it up to get to see they wanted that first look to go to him. McCollum did a great look at their. I mean, he's facing him. He's not even looking at the rest of the play.
Yeah.
He is strictly guarding Rain
What a
Smith.
set.
Oh, that was so
Oh,
close.
And that's
Man, that was tough. So
Well,
I mean, yeah, you can't.
Can't win them all, right?
Well, so situationally here, obviously Georgia Tech, if they hit two free throws,
Is he okay?
that's ball game.
I don't mind
Yeah.
the set here.
No, it's not.
No,
bad
this
at all.
is
Look, that's
fine.
a good look, man. I mean,
That's a
it's-
shot that Rain can make.
Yeah,
so,
but McCollum played about as good a defense as you can play right there. Look, I tried to tell you at the beginning of this game, that kid he's really good.
Yeah.
His game is just pure speed all the time. He is not a good matchup for Rain Smith. And when you talk about like the tournament, right, and you start to look towards that,
Mhm.
the thing that's fierce, like a little bit fearful for Louisville, is if you find that matchup with 3 dynamic guards in
Mhm.
Louisville's current state, Louisville's going to struggle.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Rain
absolutely.
Smith is not going to be able to, on most nights, defend. And then when he's got to defend at that level, it's going to obviously impact his legs. on
There
the
we
shot.
go. Very big, very big. Come on, guys.
Need a 3. Need a 3. You need a 3.
Oh my
That's not it.
gosh.
That's not it. Man, that is certainly not how you do that.
This is ridiculous, guys. So somewhere along the line, a foul was called. We don't get to hear the whistles blown in here, but this is tough.
Losing
this is-
sucks, man.
Yeah.
It sucks. When you don't do it for 10 games in a row, you forget what it feels like.
So
So-
Georgia Tech is currently 141st in the net.
Yeah, that's
For
not
this to
good.
For this to be a quadrant 2 loss, they would need to rise to 135.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's going to be
this
third-
probably will be a quad 2 loss if with Georgia Tech winning, because I think that that would probably
If
warrant
we
them
don't
jumping
drop out
up.
of the top 30, this is a quad 1 win for them.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the game. It's not the worst loss, right? There you could lose
No.
certainly worse games. in
No,
this
but
conference,
it's you were kind of blemishless at this point, right?
Right.
Like
and now when again I told you all, I have a very strong belief the ACC is only going to get 3 schools in the tournament. The fact that Lenardi is putting North Carolina as a last four team in is an absolute sham.
Yeah.
North Carolina is not one of the top four teams in the ACC, let alone a tournament team. It's going to come down to Duke being a 1 seed, right? And then it's Louisville, Wake Forest, SMU, Pitt, Clemson. Which of those teams is going to be able to make the tournament? And it's whoever has the least bad losses. Like, I know that sounds silly. That's obvious, but
that was a little silly, but
they're going to make us talk about something for 2 more seconds. So, anybody got anything fun they're doing this weekend? I mean, anything else?
Anything fun going on? Well, it's a wonderful day outside, so get out there and have your therapy walk.
Okay, congrats. Newborn nephew. Love that. Don't love the Georgia Tech nerd waving at us, though. I'm not a fan of that.
Gosh, fellas.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
All right, so noted. We don't invite Rowan back next time. He is the losing streak.
Needed the logo.
Yeah.
We needed the 4 Locos.
Because I got a haircut.
Yeah, you got a haircut. Try to look good for the cameras, man. And you
Shout out
Mike's
4
not
Loco.
gonna-
We
Mike's
could
not
get a
gonna
little
be happy with you.
He's not.
get a little sponsorship.
Tell us
Was this
what I get.
discussed? Was this
No.
okay? I don't.
I
Didn't
wouldn't even
catch that
mention
on the-
to him
on
you
the
got a
show.
haircut. I would just if he realizes, he realizes.
And there
Yeah.
it is. Game Louisville falls for the first time in 10 games, 77-70 on the road to Georgia
Brutal.
Tech. Mighty Mouse, the head coach, with his Mighty Mouse guards. I mean, honestly, he's got 3 little Mighty Mouse guards. His guards, honestly, his guards resemble him as a coach and a player. So good win for Georgia Tech. It's not going to do anything for them. They're 4-7 in the conference, 10-12 overall. Duncan Powell's not certainly getting a haircut after this game. So, tough one.
Well, and so when you look at Louisville now, right? Like the conversation, you're out of the running for the number 1 overall seed in the ACC tournament. So the next step is, can you get that double bye?
Yeah, you need
That's
to be
huge.
that top 4 seed. And thankfully, Pitt is 5-6 in the conference now, right? Or they lost, I think, again today. So, that's another team that I mentioned was up at the top. North Carolina has several losses. Stanford is right in there in the mix with a couple of these teams, but, they're not by any means a legitimate tournament team. So I think top 4 seed in the ACC tournament is still very doable. You've got a stretch of games here where you're going to play. I don't know who Louisville has next, Boston College or Miami.
Boston
You're going to start to play some bad teams. Can you rebound from this? Can you show up? Can you have the focus? You're certainly going to fall out of the top 25. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. But for Louisville, it's certainly an adversity. It's a blip on the map of, okay, what are we going to be from this point on? Are we going to start to cater? Do we lose 2, 3, 4 in a row?
Yeah.
Or do we bounce back and, we see the return of the Chucky Hepburn that we thought that we would see, or, the scoring version of Javon Hadley. So it's ugly, man. Today sucks. It sucks. But there's still a lot of basketball to be played.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, you needed something like this. Ultimately you hope that it comes in a win, but you needed a team to challenge you and, kind of figure out what your identity is when you're challenged. And so far they've risen to the occasion. They've won every close game that they've been in, right? Like outside of Kentucky, but I don't think that was, crazy close down the stretch by any means. But I mean, you look at some of the streaks that ended today. Chucky Hepburn, 5 assists isn't bad, but 7 or 8 assists would have put Louisville over the mark, right? Like, you look at free throws. What did they end up for the game from the free throw line? They ended up 11 for 19.
Yeah, man.
You lose by, obviously you're not going to make them all, but you missed 8 free throws and you lose by 7.
Yeah, I said that's what I was saying
Yeah.
earlier. The math ain't math in there on that one. So, it's one of those things where it starts to look like you bought into your own success, and Jay Williams. I don't need you saying any.
Yeah, no more Jay Williams
predictions here for him.
Yeah.
But overall, though, guys, it's been a great time.
It's been
Enjoyed
fantastic.
hanging out with you.
Yeah,
at least.
wouldn't have wanted to watch it anywhere else with any other people, guys.
No, got to see Romy's new haircut. Unfortunately, not great for winning, but looks good.
And we will be back on Wednesday for Boston College.
Yes.
So
Sleepy
Louisville plays
Wednesday in Chestnut Hill.
Sleepy Wednesday in Chestnut Hill, Boston College, 10-11. Who do they have today? So,
They
that's
won.
right. Boston College beat
Beat
Florida
Florida
State. So,
Yeah, so we're back midweek. What I need though from the YouTube audience and the Twitter audience, we got to continue to get the guests in here, guys. We got to get the basketball minds in here.
Yeah.
Who do we want to hear from?
Yeah.
Who do we want on the next stream? We're gonna be here every game.
Any?
Let's hear your thoughts.
throw some people out. I mean, do we want a former player? Do you want a football or basketball player? I know we had a baseball player in
Josh
here.
back
So
in here.
yeah. So give somebody a shout out, give them a poke.
Yeah.
To come join us on Wednesday. But
and make sure you're tapped into the Floyd Street Media socials, new podcast, right? Sydney Depp.
That's right.
So make sure you're subscribed to that. Yeah, Athletes Unscripted, and then all kinds of content across Twitter, social media, Instagram, all that. Follow State of Louisville.
that's right. And get out there and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Get some
touch
grass.
Yeah. Go get your feet on some grass. Go outside and enjoy the rest of the sunlight. I know we're going to, so.
Yeah, need some of it.
Shout out to Zachary as well.
Yeah,
Great
that's
job.
right.
You're amazing.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're wrapped up. Until next time.
Go Cards.
Go Cards.